Welcome to the Casual EAL. My name is Brandemonium. I'm here with Diving. We've got an amazing series for you guys tonight. This is the Noxian finals between Bronze 5 Age and Star United Esports Club. And both of these teams have had a really hard season. They've basically busted themselves for multiple months to get to this point, and it all comes down to this best of five. And Diving, what are you looking forward to in this matchup this evening?
Well, I'm looking forward to a lot of team fights because with Bronze 5H, you're in for a lot of fights, a lot of blood, and I'm looking to see how Stars United Esports Club is going to navigate this. If they're going to try to take it head on, or if they're going to try and play the map more. So that's what I'm really looking for right now.
Yeah, in general, I think Bronze 5H is kind of one of the best teams in the Noxus division as far as team fighting and macro movement is concerned. I definitely was impressed with Stars United on a lot of their drafting strategies, and they went for a lot of more clever things through their playoff matches that I watched. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what type of strategies they have prepared for Bronze 5H. But we do have quite a few subs for these first couple games. We've got the mid laner for Stars United is subbed out right now, at least for the first couple games, and their support is moving up to mid lane. So it's going to be Flaccid Bunny in the mid lane. Their bot laner, Justin Uber, is moving to support, and they're bringing in their sub Perseverance at 80 carry. And then on the side of Bronze 5 Age, the AMO is subbing in for Onioken in the jungle. Do you have any thoughts on how that's going to sway certain matchups and things like that?
Well, I don't know how it's going to work mid lane. I gotta admit, I haven't played against Flaccid Bunny mid, but I'm interested in the bot lane because I know Cephas and Psycho tend to be a solid stable presence in the bot lane, and so I'm looking to see if Perseverance and Justin Uber are able to kind of disrupt that and try and take control of that.
Yeah, I definitely had pegged the mid laners to be a really important matchup, and the fact that the Prophet or the Goiner is out and Prophet's still in, I think it's gonna be difficult for Bunny to step up when Prophet really, I think, was probably the MVP in the semifinal series. But you're right, the bot lane for Bronze 5 Age is also really, really good. And they have a lot of experience together. So it's going to be interesting to see if Perseverance and Nuber have the same synergy as the other bot lanes that they've run. So if we get into the pro draft, one of the things that really stands out to me for game one is that Bronze 5 Age is really attacking that bot lane. They have 3 bans that they're devoting towards the 80 carry position, banning out Lucian, Zaya, and Draven with their first 3 bans. And then they wind up first picking the Sivir. So it seems like they came in with a very prepared strategy. They wanted to get their bot lane onto that Sivir, and then they second picked the Leona. What's really interesting to me also is that Bronze 5 Age was able to get the Xin Zhao, which is the champion that Soul Reaver played, I believe, like all 3 games in the semifinal. So even though Stars United had priority to get that jungle pick, it winds up being Bronze 5 Age that gets the Xin Zhao.
Yeah, that is really interesting. Speaking to the ADC bans, I imagine that is because they are a very solid Sivir team. So they're probably looking to ban out what they feel like they can't play Sivir into, and so I imagine they feel comfortable leaving up the Kai'Sa. Now, looking to SUEC, I think it's interesting. They took a lot of tanks here. They took a lot of big boys, so it seems like they are looking to team fight around that Kai'Sa, and we haven't brought it up just yet, but using the Zed to kind of pick off either the Sivir or Kali leading into these big fights that are going to happen later on.
Yeah, and they may actually be running the AP Malphite. So they basically have a dive buddy for Zed to basically blow up the more squishy side of Bronze 5 Age. The only tank that they're really running is the Leona. and support tanks typically aren't as tanky as a jungle tank or a top laner tank.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was looking on the side of Stars United is the Mundo ban and the Vayne ban. So the Mundo, I think, is probably a really good ban for them because um, the champion pool on the side of Stars United for their top laner, he plays a lot of AP champions, and Mundo is really good into that. So I think that that's a good ban. And then Prophet has been doing really well on Vayne, so I think that's going to probably be a perma ban for the entire series. They don't want to have Prophet on Vayne.
Something I want to point out real quick about the Mundo and Vayne bans is I actually kind of see those as tandem bans. Because Cephas is also a prolific Mundo player. So he can always swap top lane if you don't ban out that Mundo, and then some more crazy shenanigans can come in.
Yeah.
And that would include Prophet swapping to ADC with the Vayne. So I kind of see those as kind of two tandem bans to lock down the roster and say, no, you're going to play your normal lanes into us.
Makes a lot of sense, especially since Stars United likes to do a lot of flex picks and likes to control that draft. So yeah, that's all I had as far as the pick ban phase goes. You want to get into the game?
Yeah.
All right, we're all synced at 10 seconds. Let's do 3, 2, 1, play.
So what do you see as their win conditions? What are they playing for this game?
Well, I definitely think that Bronze 5 Age is probably the better team fighting team. They've got a lot of AoE ultimates combined with the Sivir win condition. It seems like Stars United is going for a bit more pick potential with the Zed, and potentially, especially if they go for the AP Malphite. So I think that Stars United is going to be looking more for getting picks around Vision before the team fight starts. But if it's a straight up 5v5 team fight, I think that Bronze 5 Age might have the advantage.
Yeah, and something I kind of want to point out is that this Kendon's running Klepto, so he should be able to just mine gold off of that Maokai in the top lane.
That's very true. So very clever by the Xin Zhao, starting off with the sweeper and getting the ward kill.
If you look towards the Raptors, Prophet got that nice Raptor ward, so he'll be able to kind of scout out Soul Reaver as he moves through his jungle.
Yep. So we've got a bot side start for both junglers. I'd expect that Xin Zhao is going to clear faster than the Malphite. Both junglers will be looking to contest that top Scuttle Crab and gank either top lane or mid lane, most likely. Xin Zhao's going for an early level 2 gank, looking for mid lane. This is the Cloud9 special. Comes in, flashes forward, forces the flash out of the Zed. So yeah, that's exactly what you need. You'll trade for that all the time. Nautilus goes in, lands the hook, start off with the Q level 1. A little bit of a trade, no summoners burned, and immediately Xin Zhao looks like he's going towards the top side of the map. So this Xin Zhao is really heavily prioritizing a ganking style. He's only cleared one camp, and he's already looking for his second gank. Comes in top lane, and he gets the knock-up, forces out another flash. So this has been a great early game from the AMO. Already burns 2 flashes within the first 2 minutes. And only clearing 1 jungle camp so far. So really great play by the AMO, taking advantage of that early game Xin Zhao jungle pathing.
I think also he's taking advantage of the fact that he knows Malphite has a pretty slow clear starting out.
Yep. Yeah, Malphite is one of those junglers that he really doesn't turn on until level 6. But those ultimates, once he gets it, is just devastating. He can pretty much guarantee a kill to any lane he visits. So yeah, I'm really impressed by AMO with his early ganking style that he has.
And after this Scuttle Crab spawning here pretty soon, he's actually looking for an invade, looks like.
Yeah, he is looking for the invade. He did see that the red has not been taken yet. So yeah, even though he had both of those, he did 2 ganks, he's still almost equal as far as CS is concerned. So some really good pathing by the Xin Zhao.
Yeah. Yeah, or that's just a clear speed difference there. You know, the Malphite just has a terrible early clear, and Xin Zhao's just abusing that. That's smart jungling.
Hmm.
I believe
Yep.
that is why he was one of the all-star votes for the jungle role.
Hmm. Yeah, so Zinzao is able to clear topside crab. He has the potential to potentially get both of these crabs if he starts pathing towards that direction. And there's no real gank opportunities for this Malphite right now. Topside is warded up pretty good with the Tribrush and also that Skull Crab vision. And Zed's been forced to back again, so there's no gank opportunity mid. So Malphite's just kind of stuck, just moving from camp to camp.
Though, you know, as a Malphite, you're kind of expecting to not really do anything till level 6. If you can get a Predator gank off, that's nice, but
Mhm.
at the same time, that's not really what your team is going to be playing for. They know that your big spike is around 6 and that they just need to hold on till then. And then that's
Yeah,
when you can start coming in.
yeah, that's a really great point. If I was playing the Malphite, I definitely would be looking more for counter ganks or looking for just people who are just really out of line. So he should know that Zinzao's going to probably be pathing towards this bot side. Ooh, great hook by the Nautilus. Lands the root with the auto attack, but then they just disengage.
Something I do want to point out is that first Drake is Infernal, so I wonder if we're going to see a big fight around this.
Yeah. Kennen took, I believe, 2 tower shots, so now he doesn't have the HP advantage anymore. Malphite was able to get the bot crab, so there won't be any early drakes unless Xin wants to do it on vision.
Yeah, speaking to that health advantage, Maokai is actually this healing monstrosity. If you can't burn him down, he will. Oh, and as I say that, he goes
Yeah,
in.
Malphite's going in. Procs the aftershock. Kenneth's down to less than 100 health. He's probably going to have to back.
Yeah, that goes back to the turret shots you were speaking about. Kennen needs to be able to use that health to try and get some poke down, and but Maokai just able to heal through anything that Kennen's
Ooh,
going to
Maokai needs
do.
to push this. So right now, Kennen can set up a freeze potentially. It's a pretty huge wave, but if he can set up a freeze, then this is pretty good for the Kennen. Kennen did have to burn his teleport, so right now the Maokai does have teleport advantage and could look to make a play along the bot side of the map. Looks like Bronze 5H has started up the Drake, even though they don't have the teleport advantage. If Stars United is able to sniff this out, they might be able to contest, but Zed is in base right now and Malphite's on the top side of the map, so it's most likely going to be a free Drake going over the side of Bronze 5H.
Yeah, there would have to be some crazy shenanigans going on, but no, they're just going to give it over. I don't know if they even knew, but Maokai going back in there,
Mm-hmm.
just going to trade a little bit, walk out. But Kennen says no.
Yep. And the Zed is still in base. I don't know if he's having connection issues or what, but he's been in base for 20 to 30 seconds now. And they haven't called a pause or anything.
Right.
And it looks like Akali is now top lane once she's got the push in onto the Zed.
And she probably notices that she has an extended time here where Zed just isn't around, so she gets a free roam.
Yeah, and you look at the CS differential in mid lane right now. It's 51 CS to 12. The Akali goes in, gets the ignite down, has to flash forward, gets the first blood onto the Malphite. So yeah, the Akali is already starting to pop off.
Mm-hmm. And there is there was a pause, it looks like, just but we are not going to see that through the replay, and now Zed is back.
All right. So yeah, there's a pretty massive advantage in mid lane right now. The Kennen does keep taking tower shots in top lane, so that over aggression might be. Yep, he gets knocked to the tower again, able to lightning rush out.
This is rather unfortunate mid lane. Would have liked to have seen this matchup without the AFK, but hey, that happens sometimes.
Yeah, so that's going to give a lot of mid priority over to Bronze 5H. So I would expect that the AMO should try to go for an early Rift Herald once it spawns. especially since the Ken is constantly pushing up. He should have mid lane priority and top lane priority to go for that Rift Herald. One thing that I will critique AMO on is he burned those 2 flashes early, but he never came back for repeat gank. So now both of those flashes are back up for the mid laner and the top laner. So he's going to have to burn those flashes again if he wants to try and have a successful gank.
That's true. However, mid laner was gone for a while, so I'll give him a little bit of slack on that one.
That's true. And they were able to get the Drake off of those. Basically, the flashes did allow them to get some Drake pressure as well.
True. Looking bot lane, they're doing pretty well. It seems just to be a stalemate. There's not really much action down here.
Malphite looks like he wants to go in for a gank right now. Nautilus is pushing up forward. They've cleared out the vision in the river bush. Malphite does have ultimate level 6 and Predator. Or no, Predator's still on cooldown. Yep, they're looking to try and get aggressive. It looks like the Leona has been baited in. Kai'Sa ults out. Nautilus is coming in. Malphite comes in with his ultimate. They wind up getting the kill onto the Sivir. The Ignite has gone down. Nautilus flashes in. Leona flashes out. And that's 1-for-1. So it looks like they were a little bit disjointed on that play bot lane. The Kai'Sa was not in a position for follow-up damage. It winds up being a 1-for-1, but I think that's definitely an advantage for Stars United because all of those minions are going to die to that tower.
I don't know if the Kai'Sa ulted in, but I think she had to burn her ult to get out.
Yeah, she had to burn her ult to get out. Yeah,
she took a lot of... Oh, there's action in mid lane. Ooh.
Yeah, that looked like it was more of a defensive Zed ult. He's just still like way too low on levels.
But going back to the Kai'Sa point, it looked like they couldn't decide if they were going to pull the trigger on the engage or not, so that ended up letting Leona get a good engage onto the Kai'Sa where they chunked her out early and burned the ult. Otherwise, I feel like they could have easily chased for the kill on Leona too with Kai'Sa ult and Q. So a little bit of misexecution there.
Yep, definitely. So Rift Herald has now spawned. So definitely be looking for Bronze 5 Age to make a play around that, especially with the pressure that they have both top lane and mid lane. Akali has reached her Gunblade power spike, so she is incredibly strong right now. It's 85 CS to 25. So as soon as her ultimate comes off cooldown, I would say that that's kind of their go button. Xin Zhao's coming up for a gank in top lane. Winds up using the E to knock onto the Maokai. Maokai is so tanky though. Winds up eventually going down. Cannon gets the kill. Nautilus goes in. Winds up hooking the Leona. Just a trade of Ooh, Malphite goes in, winds up getting the kill, and that's the power of the Malphite once you have the ultimate available. And it does look like he's going for the AP build. He's got some AP, but he's also got a health crystal.
Yeah, the health crystal can build into something like a Leandry's or a Rylai's, or even some kind of health item if he wants. 2 points that I do want to bring up, but there was a lot of action, is that the second Infernal has spawned, and if you look, Bronze 5 Age is getting good deep wards, so they'll be able to see whenever SUEC starts approaching these lanes, or even the Drake.
Ooh, Leona used her E to try and get away or clear the wave or something. Winds up going down. That's the ultimate from the Kai'Sa. Sivir's able to get out. Akali's roaming down. Xin Zhao's here. He's going to get the knock up onto the Nautilus. Nautilus hooks onto the wall. Akali is flanking around the backside of the tower. She's looking for a dive, potentially. Kai'Sa realizes that the Akali's behind her. Flashes forward. Ooh, that was a very scattered fight. The Akali didn't have her ultimate. That's why she didn't pull the trigger. She winds up just flashing out of turret range.
I think that was a great trigger pull from the side of SUEC to just go in as soon as the Leona wastes some... Whoop!
Cannon's roaming down, ultimate from the Zed, but he winds up getting blown up again. So yeah, this Zed not having fun this game. Still trying to recover after that AFK that he had earlier.
In typical Bronze 5 age game, you try to talk, try to make some points, and then just more action that.
Yep. Yeah, definitely a very good run by the Kennen, though. Realizing that he needed to cover for his mid laner, realized he wasn't going to lose that much CS if he went mid lane. So it looks like Xin Zhao's trying to sneak the Drake right now, even though they've got the vision on the Scuttle Plant. Xin Zhao is starting up the Drake. He's got it about 2,500 health. And that's going to be a second Infernal going over.
I think that's really good from Bronze 5 Age. Now, I want to ask your opinion on this Maokai build. So he went Bomby Cinder first into the Kennen. What do you think about that? I know there's the Xin Zhao who's the AD, but do you think he should have gone Bombies first, or do you think he should have gone something like Spirit Visage to where he can just trade infinitely with the Kennen? What do you think?
I'm definitely confused by the build a little bit, because I'm wondering what that kill gem is going to build into. Balmy Cinder, I mean, it's not great. It's just a health item, but you are kind of delaying your first item power spike by going for that, because you would think that you would probably want to go for a Spirit Visage or something first item. So Xin Zhao's got the Nautilus out of position, and that's going to be another kill donated over to the Kali. So this Kali is really kind of just running rampant right now. She's 3-0. She's got a massive CS lead on mid lane still. It looks like Zed might be trying to roam up top lane right now. I think this is a really good play from the Zed. But Kennen might have figured it out. Yep.
I don't think Zed can take Kennen again by himself.
Definitely not by himself, but maybe in a 2v1 with the Maokai.
Ooh, looking at the Mao fight, though, he does have his Runic Echoes finished and his Sword Shoes, so he's going to be really strong right now.
Yep. Yeah, kind of when the Mao fight gets really strong is once he finishes that Oblivion Orb as well, he can kind of get maximum penetration. Kennen's doing a pretty nice trade. He's getting a lot of gold off of this. That's a lot of Klepto procs he's getting.
This is kind of something that I was referring to with the... Oh, no, okay, doesn't look like there's going to be too much more. But with the Maokai build, building all this health, you actually don't have any resistances.
That's very true. Looks like a potential fight going on around the Scuttle Crab. Malphite has to flash out, ults in. Zed ultimate goes down. Akali gets the kill. Another fight going on in bot lane. Heal comes out from the Kai'Sa as well as the ultimate. Disengage from Stars United across the board. It winds up being one kill going over to the side of Bronze 5 Age. Multiple summoners used and multiple ultimates used. That should be... Zintel might be able to start up the...
It's in. I don't know if he can.
Yeah.
It does feel bad for the Zed, though, because he was so close to getting the ult pop on Akali. I think she lived with 100 health or less.
So first tower is taken by the Kennen.
Which is kind of what you expect in this kind of matchup. Just have the Maokai up there, lose gracefully, don't worry about too much.
Yep.
And he did initially buy a Sunfire, then he refunded and went into Merc Treads. So
it looks like they're looking for a dive bot lane. Nautilus goes in, takes turret aggro, and that's going to be an easy kill over the side of the Nautilus and the Kai'Sa. They wind up trading that for the Rift Herald on the top side of the map, and I expect that they want to use that mid lane to kind of crack that mid-outer tower. Zed has no way of stopping the Rift Herald, so he can very much summon it right there in the middle of the lane. Zed can't do anything about it. That should be the tower going down. They should be able to press also for a charge on the inner as well. I actually think that was a mistake. They should have just killed that tower before the Rift Herald charged.
I was just going to say that. Yep.
So they should get the second charge up. I don't think they can actually push for the tower, though. Yep, so the Rift Herald goes down. That's definitely a worthwhile Rift Herald.
I do want to say that was a good call from the bot lane of SUEC, because they knew the Rift Herald was going down. So that's a good call to go ahead and at least trade something. Although it's just a kill, it's something back.
Yep. And we've got another Infernal spawning in 40 seconds. And I feel like this is something that Stars United might have to fight for. Even though they're at a disadvantage right now, if you give 3 Infernals over to the enemy team, that makes it very, very hard to come back, especially with a team fighting team like Bronze 5H is drafted. So they either need to look for a pick before this Drake fight starts, or they need to trade for something really, really valuable on the top side of the map. Like they need to get probably, at least 1 tower and chip damage at least on the 2nd tower. Malphite's thinking about going in.
I think the worry that I have is the side of SUEC kind of selling their soul for this dragon fight, because it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation.
Maokai is still splitting on the top side of the map. He does have teleport if they want to go in. Akali's flanking on the side. She hasn't been spotted in vision yet. Xin Zhao goes in onto the Nautilus. He's not that tanky yet. That's the Leona ultimate going down. Akali's on the backside. Kennen comes in. Late teleport by the Maokai. The fight looks like it's already done. Yeah, so winds up is going to be a 3 for 2 in the favor of Bronze 5 Age. I don't think they're going to kill this this Maokai, but they might be able to get the Kai'Sa. Yep, flash forward by the Akali, winds up getting the Kai'Sa. They're still chasing for this kill in the Maokai. I think it would be better if they went back to the Drake instead. But they might be able to burn him down. Flash burn by the Maokai. And yeah, he's able to walk away. So they wind up wasting a lot of time trying to kill that Maokai. And now the junglers have respawned, and we may have another contest at this Drake. But the gold lead has grown. It's now over 6,000 in the favor of Bronze 5 Age. And Kennen's pushing on his inner tower. He's overstaying a little bit.
I do think this is kind of a misplay from Bronze 5 Age, with their 2 strongest members not resetting before this fight.
Yeah, and now a lot of the ultimates have been used, and that's really the strength of Bronze 5 Age's comp. Is a lot of their ultimates, and a lot of them are still on cooldown. But Kennen is still going forward, trying to push out this Malphite, able to get the solo kill.
I kind of want to go back to that first fight, and I want to ask your opinion on why the teleport was so late. Do you think it was just miscommunication? Do you think Stars United thought they could disengage, or
I think it was a miscommunication. I mean, it looked like they were trying to contest it, but it looks like there was a little bit of miscommunication on whether they wanted to fight or not.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was kind of one of those things where like the Maokai didn't need to go top lane. Like there was no chance he was gonna get that tower top side. So you kind of just say like, well, why not just go with your team bot if you want to contest the Drake? And if you don't want to contest the Drake, why not send more people top lane to just try and take that tower and do a trade instead?
So I kind of come at it from a different angle. I think sending him topside is fine if you communicate the TP much sooner. Because I think there was a ward down in the brush right above bot lane that he could have teleported to. And imagine the Malphite ult coming in from the side and rooting a bunch of people. That's going to help a lot. Granted, they're so far behind, I don't think that sways the team fight, but I still think that it's okay as long as you get the TP in much sooner.
The problem is that the channel time on TP is, I believe, 4 seconds.
Correct.
So even if you're on time with that TP, there's a very good chance that one of your allies is already blown up before your TP even completes. With the fact that Bronze 5H has such a gold advantage, they have the raw stats to just burst someone before the fight even starts. So I feel like you can't rely on that TP play necessarily.
I can certainly see there. I think it's kind of one of those, I wouldn't say Hail Marys, but it's one of those almost desperation plays where they're just trying to get something pushing somewhere else. So they're kind of greeding out almost. Would probably be the best term for it.
That's a good way of putting it. I definitely think it was a little bit too greedy from my personal taste, but that might have been what they were going for. But now we have a little bit of an ARAM style going on. Then you're going to need somebody to go up to stop that Kennen. He's about to push onto inner tower right now.
Ooh, I think it's a wrong call sending the Kai'Sa up there. I don't think you ever send your ADC to handle the side lane or even to handle the Kennen.
I agree, especially since the Zed is at such an EXP advantage. Getting him some more solo goal or solo experience is going to be really useful.
Mm-hmm.
So Akali's able to take that inner tower. They're going to try and 2v1 this Akali. She uses her ultimate. Winds up getting 3v1, and that should be a shutdown. It goes on to the Malphite, though. I think you would want to get that onto the Zed if possible. Engage going on in mid lane. Xin Zhao barely surviving. Winds up eventually going down. And we've got a lot of tower shots being taken by the Sivir. She winds up going down as well. Kaiser's cleaning up. This is actually a really good fight for Stars United.
Wow. That was great.
We went to be a 4-for-1. Kennen does get the top tower, top inner. But there should be a good trade going on in mid lane. Should be able to get that mid outer down.
Oh, something I didn't notice was that the Kai'Sa hit kind of that 2-item power spike. She has the Mana Moon and the Ginsu's. So she's very strong right now.
And she's pretty much free firing that entire time. Nobody could get onto her. And she's 6-1-3 now, so she's kind of the carry for the team at this point in the game. The Zed is really out of it still. It's gonna be very hard for him to come back at all. Kennen winds up stopping the back on the Maokai, is gonna try and engage on him. The Zed is nearby, but I think the Maokai can just walk this out.
He does have a lot of magic resist now, so the Kennen's not doing very much anymore. With Merc Treads and Spirit Visage, I don't think Kennen's able to bully the Maokai anymore.
Yep. So we got a mountain showing up in about 42 seconds.
Ooh, they're starting Baron.
Yeah, they're looking like they want to go for the Baron instead. This is very risky. They do have them in a back timing right now. I think they know that the Maokai wanted to back. So
I don't think they even know.
Yeah, they're risking it. They're going to come Prime Orb down. So they know it's happening. Malphite does have ultimate. He can come in. Kai'Sa's dead. Kali knocks her out. And it winds up being that Bronze 5H secures the Baron. And they wind up getting 2 kills for their trouble as well. Good Zhonya's by the Akali.
She's going to live.
Yeah, she's going to live. Leona's really low. She goes back in. Winds up getting hooked under tower. That's going to be 2 more kills going down to the Sivir. Winds up trading the Leona for that. And that's another ultimate used by the Akali. Winds up going and getting the kill. But another kill onto the Xin Zhao. Stopwatch from the Kennen. Whoo! And that is an ace, actually. So we've got 3 people alive on the side of Bronze 5H. We got Drake alive. They still have the push available. They should be able to get this mid-inner tower and also secure the Drake as well, which will allow them to accelerate this Baron power play.
Those were spicy few minutes there. The fight around mid lane where SUEC won that fight kind of gave me hope that if they could play these fights well, that there was a way for them to maybe stall out Baron or contest. But whenever the Akali just blows up the Kai'Sa before there is a fight, there's just nothing you can do.
Yep. Yeah, it's really on the Kai'Sa. The Kai'Sa's kind of the protect the president right now. So they have to devote all of their resources to keeping this Akali off this Kai'Sa.
Mm-hmm. I think at this point you just have the Nautilus attached to the Kai'Sa by hip, and which is what they're doing now. But I think that just has to be the case from this point on. You can't let Kai'Sa be alone, because if she gets picked, you lose. You can't fight without her.
Yep, I agree completely. So Stars United wisely is not going past River. Bronze 5H still does have the Baron on multiple members. So it's really kind of defense mode right now. Just try to push out your waves. And not give up any of the towers.
So what I normally like to do is I like to ask, well, what does each team need to do from this point on? But it's so cut and dry. Oh,
great engage by the Malphite. Goes in. Winds up getting multiple kills. Kai'Sa's still alive on the backside. Winds up still being alive. Kennen goes in, but not able to finish her off. Great Malphite ultimate. Winds up being a 4-for-0. That's exactly what they needed to do.
And right as I was about to say, they needed a miracle team fight. They pull out a miracle team fight.
Gets the hook onto the Akali, but Akali gets it out. Yeah, so that's Baron going down on everyone except for the Akali. And now they should be able to get the mid-inner and the top outer. So yeah, this is really what Stars United needs to do to get back into this game, is they need to play around Fog of War. They need to look for these picks, especially when the Akali's not there. A lot of the gold is on the Akali. So if they can get the Akali off into a side lane, they have the potential to win those 4v4s.
Something I want to say is they just cut the gold lead by 4K with
Wow.
that fight alone. And something I also want to say is that's how both teams, or you can tell how both teams got to this point. You know, even though Stars is down a massive amount of gold, they're able to find these team fights that are giving them hope to come back into the game. They're finding these opportunities in, like you said, the fog of war, using the Kaisa to capitalize on the huge Malphite ultis. And I gotta give Soul Reaver credit. That was a massive Malphite ultimate.
Yep. Yeah, that is kind of one of the downsides of the comp that Bronze 5H is running is they don't really have anybody that's very tanky. They can kind of face check into that fog of war right now. The only person is probably the Leona, but even she's not that tanky.
The Leona, and then who, the Kennen? Well, he's your big wombo. You don't really want him to be face checking. So then that leaves the Xin Zhao, who's going to just get blown up.
Yep.
So
Xin Zhao can disengage a little bit with his ultimate. He can pretty much be immune to damage as long as they're not within his little sphere. But yeah, he is not very tanky at all. So we're going to hopefully have a little bit of a lull in the action. We've got a minute and 25 seconds until Baron, minute 30 until Drake, but it is an ocean. So I expect both teams to be playing around the Baron side of the map right now. You got the split push going on with the Kennen on bot side. I don't think he's really going to get much going on. He's kind of just floating right now. He's not really trying to push the waves at all. Looks like he's looking for a potential TP play.
So here's a little bit of... Here's a small thing I'm going to nitpick. You see that amplifying tome? I feel like you sell that and you have pink wards instead. At this point, I think pink wards are more valuable than having an tome.
Oh yeah, definitely. So Kennen is still trying to trade with this Maokai, but Maokai is trying to get the advantage now. He just has too much sustain, too much magic resist. And yeah, this
going to kill himself.
Yeah, he's losing this fight pretty badly. Has to burn his ultimate. That's a huge ultimate that's down now.
As he sees, pushing in mid.
Yep. Yeah, Xin Zhao was top lane, so now it's a 4v3 in mid lane. Malphite's looking for an engage. If they can get this under tower, they only got one minion available, so they can't really do much with it. This next wave, though, they could potentially go for something.
They need to keep Kaisa alive.
Yep. So Baron is spawning, and Stars United has control of the Baron pit right now. They're the ones who have the vision. There's no vision for Bronze 5H around this Baron pit.
Let's see. They're all out of vision right now, besides one pink ward that just went down at Dragon. Ooh, this is a rough back timer.
Yeah, this is actually some interesting back timers from both teams. Kennen's going in for round 2, still losing this fight against the Maokai. Yeah, I think you just want to be wave clearing if you're the Kennen. You're not going to win this fight.
Well, the AP Kennen build isn't a split pushing... Ooh. What they need to be doing is just looking for team fights with this Kennen.
Kennen, just give up this tower. Give up the tower. It's not worth it. It's just an outer tower.
But it looks like Bronze 5H is going to trade the Baron for Ocean Drake, and that's just a win for them.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very confused. I'm very surprised that Stars United didn't forcefully try to regain that control around the Baron. They just basically let Bronze 5H just walk in, get complete Baron control, and then just burst on the Baron before they were able to react.
I think it goes back to that weird timer that I said where they didn't have any vision to put down. So they just had to back or take the Drake and then back. So I think that's what they decided is they can't really fight, maybe. And so they're just going to try and get one objective and stall out the Baron.
Yep. So at this point in the game, I would say that you want to probably start grouping a little bit more. This Kennen is not going to be able to accomplish much in the side lane. He went for the AP build, which is more of a team fighting build. They're at a very dangerous spot right now, not having the Akali or the Kennen with them.
I think this is Bronze 5H. Yes, they have a 7k gold lead, But I think this may be a little of maybe overconfidence, you would say, from them
Well, the
by having
Maokai is
the.
still in top lane though. That's the problem.
That's
He's
true.
still
That's true.
pushing. So I don't know what the Maokai is doing. He's not going to get anything done. They're giving up a lot of pressure in both mid lane and bot
He has
lane,
to back.
and the Maokai is still pushing.
Why is he pushing? They gave up inhib.
Yeah, they gave up two inhibs.
That's
So
so
very
weird.
very confusing play by the Maokai, but that's two inhibs down. Maybe he thought there was no way they were going to defend it, but that seems a bit odd.
They just won the past couple fights. I think they fully have hope there,
Yep. Yeah,
especially with Bronze 5 Age funneling through the base entrances.
yeah, I'm definitely a bit confused because Bronze 5H will be able to collect most of this wave in top lane. So yeah, it's now gold lead has ballooned back up again, and yeah, Bronze 5H is definitely in the driver's seat.
And we're going to see them group top lane to get that last inhib, it looks like, with
Yeah,
the Kennen buffing up minions mid lane.
that makes a lot of sense. They basically have this Kali just in a permanent flanking position. They can use the cannon to basically buff up the super minions, allow them to go a bit faster. Maokai goes in. I don't think he's going to be able to do much. He does heal up a lot, but they're looking for this Maokai, but they don't want to invest too much resources into trying to stop him. They wind up burning the flash out of the Maokai and the ultimate. Flash forward from the Xin Zhao, but it's the Xin Zhao who winds up going down. So 1-for-1. Meanwhile, Nautilus winds up getting knocked out. Malphite goes in, winds up stopwatching, dodges the Leona ultimate. Akali's here. It's a 4v3. This might be the end of the game right now. Zed goes in, winds up getting the kill onto the Sivir. That's a lot of their split push power, but Kaiser goes down, sold out by the Kennen. Kennen stopwatches, and I think this is going to be a game. Akali's still up, Kennen's still up. Only one person is up on the side of Stars United, and that's the Malphite, and he does not have ultimate.
I want to talk about that Malphite ultimate onto the Sivir. I understand using it to try and push him off the turret, but I think you have to save it for when the Kai'Sa's in position. You give her
That's a fair point.
You give her the stacks to fly in. She's your win condition. She's going to do huge amounts of damage. I think you save it for when she's ready to fight.
Yep, and that's Bronze 5 Age taking game one. So yeah, I think the story of that one is it looks like the substitutions on the side of bringing in Perseverance was not a big problem. It seemed like bot lane they were doing fine. It really was kind of tragic with the Zed DC. He wound up getting so far behind the Akali, and the Akali just ran over the map pretty much. So yeah, I'm really curious to see what's going to happen in game two, hoping that everybody can get sorted out all these connection issues.
Yeah, that's just really unfortunate seeing the Zed not be there and falling so far behind, and then them still finding these huge wins
Yeah, I mean, it
in
definitely
team
sets up.
fights.
Yeah, it sets up some really great narratives for the rest of this series because it seems like Stars United is here to play. They're here to team fight, and they definitely had a lot of success with some of their team fights in the later stages of the game, even though they were at a huge deficit. So this series is definitely ramping up, and I'm really excited for game two. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we are back for game two between the Bronze 5 Age and Stars United Esports Club. Game one, Bronze 5 Age was able to take it off of some really great play from Prophet in mid lane. He was able to get a pretty huge advantage. Unfortunately, there was a disconnect for a little while. So I'm really excited for game two because Stars United did some really great team fighting even when they were behind. So what are you expecting to see for game two, and what changes would you see Stars United make for game two?
Well, obviously, I'd like to see there not be a DC.
Mhm.
But also, I think they just keep trying to team fight because whenever you're winning team fights at a 10k disadvantage, there's something fundamentally strong with your team.
Yep.
Like there's something that you guys just understand about team fighting, and I think you play on that. I think you just lean into that. And assuming there's not that huge goal discrepancy caused by the unfortunate DC, they should be able to start winning these team fights.
Yeah.
I think that's what you play on.
Yeah. So I thought that the obviously for Stars United, kind of the key people that I was looking at that game was Soul Reaver on the Malphite, and then Perseverance on the Kai'Sa. And I find it very interesting in game two for going into the pro draft for game two. Bronze 5 Age winds up getting 580 carry bans. They banned Lucian, Zaya, Draven, Kai'Sa, and Caitlyn. Just really target focusing Perseverance, realizing that he was kind of the carry for Stars United in that game one. And then their first pickup on Bronze 5 Age is the Malphite. So they take away that Soul Reaver Malphite, which was the go button for Stars United. So I really actually like the adaptation that Bronze 5 Age is making. It seems like Stars United has a lot of the same similar bans. They banned Mundo, Vayne, Kale, and Jarvan, which was same from the game one, and they wind up first picking the Kennen, so that's their priority. What other things kind of stand out to you in this draft?
What stands out to me is that they valued the Annie over getting a Kaisa. You see the Malphite, the Sivir, the Alistar, or you see the Malphite Sivir, and you know that if you don't pick something going into the second round, then the really high priority ADCs are going to get banned out. See the Kai'Sa and Caitlyn.
Yep.
And so it's interesting to me that they value the Annie over getting Perseverance his Kai'Sa again.
Yeah, that's a really important point. It's gonna be interesting to see if that winds up paying off, if that Annie pick is really that valuable. Because I think having Perseverance on that Kai'Sa was absolutely monumental. It's gonna be interesting to see if you can pull off a similar feat on this Ezreal. And then, of course, we have to talk about Yasuo coming out from Prophet in the mid lane with the Malphite and the Alistar. Not just any Alistar, Psychopez's Alistar, which is one of his best champions. So we've got multiple knockups for this Yasuo with the follow-up of the Karthus ultimate as well. So this is looking like another team fight heavy composition coming out on the side of Bronze 5 Age.
So, two other things that stand out to me are the Echo Jungle for Soul Reaver.
Mhm.
I don't know how much he plays it. I
It is
personally
his
haven't
most
seen
played
him.
champion.
Is it?
It's
Th-
his most played champion this season in the
that is
jungle. But
awesome. That is awesome.
he has not pulled it out at all this entire season in the casual EAL.
Ah, okay, so
Kudos to
that's
you.
why I don't know it. But
Yeah.
the other thing I want to point out is the Karthus. So the
Hmm.
Karthus works when you have winning lanes. If you don't have winning lanes, the Karthus is really hard to protect. So what
Yep.
I'm interested in here is seeing how the Yasuo and the Annie matchup's going to go. Because if Yasuo loses control early, then Annie's just going to keep shoving him in, and with her speed boost, she's going to be able to roam with the Echo very easily to try and invade this Karthus.
Hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah, I think mid lane control is going to be super important. In general, like Ezreal Nautilus is going to be a very safe lane, and then you should expect to see that the Kennen is going to outpush the Malphite early on. So yeah, it's
Hmm.
really going to come down to this mid lane, whether or not they're able to get roams and invades off. All right, I don't have anything else for this draft phase. We want to get into the actual game.
That works for me.
Okay, I'm at 10 seconds. Unpausing in 3, 2, 1. Unpause. So sides have switched now. So we've got Stars United on blue side. We've got Bronze 5 Age on red side. Both teams look like they're going to go into a 5-point. Yep, looks like both teams are going to go into a 5-point, though they do have the card that's along the bot side. So what do you think about the win conditions for these teams for this game?
So it looks like Bronze 5 Age is going for more wombos because you have the Malphite and Alistar combos into the Yasuo combo with the Karthus ult raining down. So I think that's they're just looking for team fight wombos.
Yep.
Now on the side of SUEC, I think they can actually run more picks. With the Nautilus and the Annie and the Echo, I think they can try to control this bot side really heavily. Because if you try to face check into any of them, that's a stun from Annie, that's a pull from Nautilus. Echo himself has a stun, though it's delayed, but if you combo the stun into his stun, then there's a lot of pick potential coming out from their side.
Yeah. So one thing that I will notice is that both the Kennen and the Ezreal are running Klepto, and that should make like that first item power spike come a lot faster on the side of Stars United. So that first or second, either the first item power spike or the second item power spike is going to be really huge for the sides of Star United. They want to try and team fight around those power spikes if they reach them first. But I think that like late game team fighting is going to be really huge on the side of Bronze 5 Age. And you've also got Prophet on the Yasuo running Cleanse with Halo Blades. And I think that's actually really, really smart of him to run that Cleanse, basically negates the Annie stun. And then he's got a Halo Blades, which allows him to get the faster Q procs.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this mid game plays out, because I think that's where both these teams kind of want to start fighting. I don't think Yasuo or Sivir necessarily want to fight before mid game. And a little bit of fighting in bot lane, some missed combos, nothing's going
Ezreal ease forward, winds up getting a little bit of damage on. I think we might be a little bit out of sync. I'm at 249, 250.
I was 2 seconds behind you. I am caught up now.
Cool. All right, so far, a little bit of trading. Karthus is really low in the jungle. AMO looks like he's struggling a little bit with his clear.
He did use a smite kind of heal up some, but not being a jungler myself, I don't know what's normal there for Karthus.
Yeah, Karthus usually can clear the entire jungle, from my recollection, so he may not have been able to kite the camps as well as he would want to.
Makes sense.
Echo's coming up. He's got the sweeper, but it looks like Malphite's going to be able to walk this one out. Yep, able to walk it out. Echo takes the tower shot for his trouble, but that should be able to set up a freeze for the Kennen, so that's actually pretty good for the Kennen.
This is actually
stun.
This is good for Yasuo because Annie's out of mana now.
Yep.
So you force her to either stay here or take a really bad back timer.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Annie looked like she burned through a lot of mana, which is kind of surprising because Annie does usually not have that much mana issues. Ooh, Alistar goes in. Great E to buffer the knockup.
Yeah. I want to speak to kind of why Annie usually doesn't have mana issues, is that her Q, whenever you kill a minion with it, will refund the mana. So what that means is that she's been spamming her spells a lot to try and get poke rather than farming.
Yep, very true. So far, not much has happened. There's actually been a much quieter early game. No summoner spells have been burned. Looks like most people are pretty low on mana, low on resources. Ezreal's almost out of mana. Annie's almost out of mana. Kennen's almost out of health, and he's going to wind up taking actually a pretty bad back. He's going to have to TP back in because Malphite could freeze on him.
Something that I think is unfortunate for Stars United here is that the first Drake is a Cloud Drake. I feel like that's actually unfortunate because they, in my opinion, I think they're able to fight a lot earlier than Bronze 5 Age is.
Is Malphite going to die to minions? He is going to die to minions. Okay, so that's an execute. I mean, I guess that gets you back to the fountain a little bit faster, but
True. Kind of unfortunate for Kennen though that the wave is pushing away from him. I
yeah, I'm
think,
surprised he didn't TP to that.
yeah, I think what he could do here is maybe try to roam into jungle and get some deep vision here. I don't know what else you really do, unfortunately.
Well, he's got to get it pushed under tower. I don't know.
Ooh,
Oh,
Echo's going for Karthus.
Yeah, winds up getting the invade. Gets the flash out from the Karthus. Looks like everybody's trying to collapse onto this Yasuo right now. Yasuo wind walls, wrong direction. Exhaust goes down. Cleanses out. Flashes out as well. So yeah, it looks like Stars United is doing a really good job doing exactly what you were talking about, using that pressure they gain from mid lane to get those invades on the Karthus.
Yeah, I definitely like seeing them know kind of their win condition here. I think it's a little interesting that Malphite just came back to lane and he's already really low.
Yeah, he got chunked out pretty hard. I didn't see exactly what happened, but he's burning through all of his corrupting pots already.
I think it's more of him trying to freeze the wave out of turret so he doesn't lose a lot of farm, kind of trading his health in turn for that.
Yeah, but it looks like they did get pushed in, and now it's going to start slow pushing away from him. And that's going to put him in a really bad spot. He does have TP if he wants to use it. Ooh, any Stibbers goes down. Seems a bit ambitious, but that should chunk out the Yasuo quite a bit.
What I would like to see Echo or Annie do is try to let Yasuo push out. Because when you both of his sums are down, you need to let him push out. That way Echo can try to come in from behind, and then you guys have an easy game with Annie flash stun.
Yeah, I think that she had to try and get it under tower so she could reset the wave. But yeah, I agree with you. She definitely wants the wave to start pushing into Yasuo with both of his summoners down. Nautilus looks like he's going for an engage. He's trying to bait out the spell shield. Yasuo is going in, even though he doesn't have summoners.
I want to say that's good play from Yasuo, knowing that he has his flow shield up, so that he can kind of go in, take a quick trade, and jump back out using minions.
Yeah, and also he timed that to when the Annie didn't have her stun charged up. She was only like 1 or 2 charges. We got a potential roam coming out from the Yasuo. Looks like he may just be trying to pick up Scuttle Crab.
Yep.
Ooh, flash forward from the Alistar. Ignite goes down. Winds up being able to stun the Ezreal. Flash and heal from the Ezreal. Nautilus is going in. It's a 1v2. Both Echo and the Yasuo here. Windwall blocks the Nautilus Q. Alistar goes back in again. Karthus ultimate coming down. Annie flashes forward for the stun. Echo flashes forward as well. Gets the kill onto the Alistar. Alistar did not have his ultimate yet. We got blinking health bars across the board, but it winds up being 1 kill for Stars United.
I didn't see for sure if Sivir had thrown her Q up into the river at the person coming down from there, but I think she did. And if she would have thrown it towards the stunned Ezreal, I think she gets first blood there. Maybe just a little bit of miscommunication. But that's great from Stars United to come down and kind of capitalize on the overcommit from Bronze 5 Age.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be a little bit of a reset. That was a lot of summoners that burned, so I definitely would like to see the junglers start playing around those summoner usages. Karthus did wind up using his ultimate in that fight and didn't really get anything for it, so now that ultimate's going to be down for quite a while, but it looks like he's got...
he got 1 Dark Harvest stack from it, so worth, maybe? No.
It looks like it is on a pretty short cooldown. I think he's running the Ultimate Hunter and stuff like that.
He is running Ultimate Hunter. I want to say Yasuo was actually able to evade the potential regank by the Echo. However, Echo's looking bot lane.
That was a great play by Psychopez. Winds up still getting hooked for his effort, but he's able to pulverize. Annie ult comes down. He's going to try and walk it out, but he's still not tanky enough, doesn't have level 6. Great roam by the Annie. And yeah, Stars United is doing exactly what you said they should be doing. They're using that mid lane control with the Echo. Echo's going in, thinking about diving.
He does have ult up, so he can dive if he wants. But he does ult out while Kennen trades really heavily onto the Karthus there.
Yep.
Something I do want to point out is Yasuo has been able to farm...
Ultimate coming in. Karthus ultimate going down as well. That's going to be a kill for the Karthus. Well timed by Bronze 5H to get a kill back on the board. And Yasuo was up top lane, so they're going to try and trade some plates top lane for some plates bot lane.
And I was just about to say he was able to farm 3 plates off of mid lane, and he's going to help farm even more off of top lane. But Annie's here to try to push them off.
Yeah, Annie does have her stun up, but does not have Tibbers. So yeah, let's take a look at the gold distribution. So mid lane looks like it's actually pretty even. Ezreal's got an 800 gold lead in bot lane. A little bit of gold lead on the Nautilus.
Even though Echo's been affecting the map, Karthus does have that 700 gold lead, just power farming.
Yep, so that's the 10 CS differential, and he does have the kill, which allows him to have a little bit of a gold lead.
True.
So I'm actually surprised that the Yasuo wasn't at a gold advantage after all of that. But I guess Annie does have 2 kills.
Mm-hmm.
So Bronze 5H starting up this Drake. They are on the Scuttle Crab vision, but did they spot the Echo on top side?
I think it was... I didn't know if the Ezreal ult was going to come through and get that. I think they just realized that top or mid and bot had back, so even if Echo was there, it would have been a one-way trip for him likely if he wanted to try and steal that.
Potentially, he does have the ultimate. The great thing about Echo, right?
It was true, but it was on cooldown when they got Dragon. No.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, just for like 3 more seconds whenever Dragon went down.
Oh, Annie's going in. Winds up getting the Timbers down. Yasuo winds up going out. Winds up saving his cleanse. Doesn't use it. Trades a lot of his health for that, though. Ken's still trading onto the Malphite.
Ooh, I see why Yasuo didn't use his cleanse there. He's sitting on 1,700 gold, so he hasn't backed yet. So he's going to already back, so it's okay trading his health there.
That's actually a really smart play by Prophet, just knowing what the limitations of his champion are, understanding that he's not in kill risk right now, and then just taking that back, allowing the Karthus to basically come in, clear some waves, get a little bit more of a gold advantage. And now he's going to come back with a static shift power spike, and he's probably going to look for an all-in here with the cleanse available.
Is Echo looking bot lane? I think they're looking for a dive here potentially. They're shoving this wave.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely looking for it. I don't know if they're going to get it under tower in time.
There's only 1 plate left, so that they could rush the tower down. If Ezreal...
They're thinking about it. He's on vision. Ooh, flashes the Alistar.
Oh!
But it looks like Stiver's going to wind up getting up at the skin of her teeth. The minion wave dies. Nautilus winds up taking quite a few tower shots. Another minion wave comes in. This should be first tower going down the sides of Stars United. Great play by the Echo. The Alistar made a great play the first time and was able to headbutt him out of there. Winds up flashing that the second time. It's a great adjustment by Soul Reaver, knowing that Psychopeds was going to go for that play. Oh, flash forward into the Nautilus, into the Yasuo ultimate. Yasuo flashes forward. Ignite goes down. And they wind up getting the kill. Yasuo's going to go down. Oh, yeah. He's able to go down. Last tower shot. Psychopeds wasn't able to tank for long enough. Great job by Bunny to actually delay that kill for as long as possible to trade back 1 for 1.
Yeah, that was great. Before the kill got traded back, I was about to say Psychopeds comes in saying, "Oh, you're going to flash on me. Well, I'm going to flash on your teammate then."
And we got Echo top lane. They do have this spotted out, it looks like, but he's still going to go in. Oh, winds up forcing the flash out of the Malphite. Good flash by the Malphite. I think he knew it was there. They pinged it out.
Yeah, you see that ward gain cleared now.
Yeah.
If you look,
what? Cannon's 1v1ing the Sivir. And we gotta engage on the top side. Alistar goes in. Nautilus goes in. and they wind up getting the ultimate onto the Annie. Or sorry, the Ezreal. One more hit, winds up getting it. Echo goes in, lands a 2-man stun. That's gonna, he ults back out, the trade back to kill. Tibbers comes down. Yasuo's starting to chase, blinking health bars across the board, but it doesn't look like they're gonna be able to finish that off.
Great Nautilus ult though to buy some space. I was about to give Stars United a lot of credit there on the heads-up play of switching their bot lane up to top for the Emerald or for the Herald. It's just Bronze 5 Age was there and snuffed out the play. So great play from both teams. That's really, I don't know, that's good to see. I like seeing that.
Yeah, and it looks like Yasuo's able to get the mid tower, and this should allow Bronze 5H to potentially get some pressure around this Rift Herald. But they do have the Scuttle Vision, and there's a Mountain Drake spawning in about 50 seconds.
Something to note is Karthus is low on mana. And that's going to be a huge detriment if they...
Ooh, Kennen goes in. She might be able to one-shot the Karthus. Karthus goes down. Is he going to be able to get the trade kill? He gets the trade kill. So 1-for-1, but it's a jungler down on the side of Bronze 5H. That should allow Stars United to start up this Rift Herald and have the smite uncontested. Actually, no, Echo's not with them.
Yeah. It's really interesting. I mean, they got the jungler, so they don't really have to worry about losing the Herald, but you would have liked to have had your jungler up there too, so you could just force it. Force that 4v3 play.
Echo's sitting in this bush. He wants to go in on the Yasuo. Yasuo's got a 2-level advantage on him. Winds up landing the ultimate. Tibbers goes down. And yeah, that's a pretty easy kill for the Annie. Yasuo's cleanse was still on cooldown.
That's good heads up stuff from Echo, knowing he had his ult, knowing that he could stall out for the Annie to get there.
Yeah, that potentially unlocks his Mountain Drake for the side of Stars United. Both the Sivir and the Alistar in top lane. So it looks like they're going to trade this Drake for the top outer tower. And then potentially they could go towards the Rift Herald if they want to. Malphite's going in, but he only has the Karthus support. Winds up getting a lot of damage on this Kennen. Kennen stopwatches. Drake is still alive. Kennen flashes out, but still winds up going down. It's going to be really close to see which jungler wins. Winds up being the Echo. Karthus is ultimately coming down. Echo winds up dying as well. Winds up being a 2-for-1 overall. And the Drake is not taken. Drake is stopped. Nobody's taking the Rift Herald either. They just keep fighting.
I gotta give the AMO credit for not being afraid to use that Karthus passive.
Yep. But that actually winds up being a favorable trade for the side of Bronze 5H because they wind up not trading the Drake for that top tower. They get that top tower for free, and now they've got profit on the Drake instead.
They even got 2 kills out of it, too.
Yeah, so that actually wound up being a favorable trade, even though it was we didn't think it was going to be worthwhile for them. They actually made the best of it.
Ooh, I just noticed that Israel ults are invisible on my screen.
So it looks like Ezreal's still pushing up. Malphite does not have TP, so it's basically a 4v4. Bronze 5H is able to push them off.
They gotta watch Annie on the flank. I know it's warded up, but she's still huge.
Yeah. Ezreal's got the roam first, so he's going to get here first. So Stars United wants to wait for this Ezreal to arrive. Then they can potentially contest this Drake. Malphite's still pushing.
His TP is up very soon, though. Very soon. I think that's why he stays.
That's true. So Stars United needs to contest this.
But Annie's not here.
Yeah, Annie is trying to go top lane. Looks like there's a split call right now. Ooh, Echo steals it. Fight goes in. Huge Kennen ultimate. Stopwatch from the Karthus. He's going to wind up going down. Nobody's low enough for him to wind up getting the kill on his ultimate. Echo dodges the Karthus ultimate by going back into using his ultimate as well. And there's no TP coming out from the Malphite. So Malphite's going to get some pressure onto this top inner tower. But that winds up being a stolen Drake for the side of Stars United. And that Mountain Drake is actually really important.
I don't like the TP not being channeled there. You're a tank Malphite. You're not really going to be able to get much on that turret. I think if you TP in and I don't know. I think you just being there.
Ooh, Malphite ultimate comes in, pairs nicely with the Yasuo. Yasuo winds up getting a double kill. Great flank from the Malphite. That might be Baron. They might be able to start this up, or at least try to bait for it.
Well, I mean, it works out in the end, but still, I think the better play is you TP to drag.
Yep, I agree with that. Again, it's the 4-second channel time. I think teams are really struggling to deal with that 4-second channel time. Yeah, Malphite zoning. He does not have ultimate. Noxus is trying to get in, but Echo's in base. I have no way of really contesting this right now.
Whenever stuff dies down, I do kind of want to talk about the TP.
Looks like Bronze 5 is able to get the Baron. The question is, can they get out? Yasuo doesn't have flash, so he's going to wind up being the sacrificial lamb here. But they wind up getting out with 4 Barons. That's definitely worth. And yeah.
So what I want to kind of talk about TP is I don't think teams in these lower divisions really understand how to use it. I think they're using it reactively rather than proactively. I think as soon as you realize a fight's going to happen, you start channeling TP. You don't wait for a fight to break out. You start when you realize that, yeah, both teams are going to contest the dragon.
Exactly. Yeah, it's definitely hard. Like a lot of these people, solo queue mentality is supposed to team mentality. Once teams get a little bit more familiar with each other, they get used to saying, "Hey, we're going for this fight. Get ready to channel teleport. We've got wards in these locations. You can start pinging out the locations of the wards." That type of stuff.
Right.
So Bronze 5H is looking to group. Stars United is setting up another Death Brush.
Malphite on the flank here.
Yeah, Malphite wind up wasting, or they might up using 2 ultimates to get that 1 kill. Counter engage coming in. Yasuo is still alive.
Karthus is taken lone by the Echo, though.
Yep. Ultimate goes down. Winds up getting 1 kill, but they're going to wind up sacrificing the Karthus. Echo's on the backside doing really well. He might be able to escape. Ooh, it looks like Psychopaths might get him. Yep. So that winds up being 2 Barons off of the side of Bronze 5Age. They wind up getting 3 kills for themselves, so they should be able to continue pushing here. They do have the Sivir wave clear. Yasuo is down. They've got 2 beefy tanks to protect this Sivir.
The good news here for Stars United is, yes, their Bronze 5Age is crashing in with Baron.
Annie's trying to come in. She's spotted out. Kennan's backed up. He does have ultimate. He could pro to belt forward.
But what I was wanting to say is, if you look at Sivir, she's not too awfully strong, really. She only has an item and a half in boots. So that's a weak point or a pressure point you can start to pressure.
Ooh, Malphite ultimate goes in, gets another kill, but they wind up. That's 2 ultimates used for a single pick. So the question of what can they get off of that single pick?
But that single pick is on was 7-1 Annie, so I think that's a huge pick, actually.
Yeah, it is a huge pick.
Let's see what they can do with it, though.
Ooh, wow, that Echo did a ton of damage. Kennen winds up going in, has a stopwatch. He's going to wind up going down. Echo goes back in. He still has the ultimate available. Ezreal's trying to peel backwards. Ooh, great play by the Echo again. Goes back in, gets 2 more kills. Really great play by Soul Reaver. He's playing this Echo masterfully, dancing around at Fog of War, and that winds up being the ace for Stars United. Soul Reaver putting his team on his back in a 5v4 situation with the Annie down, winds up getting the ace, and that should be able to unlock the mid-inner or the Drake, whichever one they want potentially.
That was just beautiful. And you can see why it's his most played champ. That's just great play there. Knowing what he can do, that's awesome. I gotta give him so much credit there. Pulling that team fight back whenever the carry up to that point had gotten picked off. and then your Kennen also gets picked off. So you're in a 3v4 situation while their fed Yasuo is still up.
Yep. Yeah, that's one
That's
of those type
awesome.
of things. Is when you're playing these type of wombo style compositions, the ultimate cooldowns are super important. And when you don't have access to those ultimates, you can get outplayed. If somebody is able to play that competently on those type of champions like Echo, he can really just destroy your teams because you have no way of locking him down without those key ultimates.
Mm-hmm. I'm really looking forward to see these fights later on. I think these are going to be really fun fights to watch because already there are some really crazy outplays happening and some awesome wombos.
Yeah, and we're 25 minutes in the game, almost 26 minutes into the game, and Stars United actually has the gold advantage, even though Bronze 5 Age was the first team to take that Baron. And Stars United also has 2 Mountain Drakes to their name, which will make their Baron take a lot better once the Baron spawns in about 45 seconds.
I think this is a big mistake though. Annie is going to the bot side without TP, and like you said, Baron's up in now 35 seconds. Oh, now she's coming up. Never mind. Never mind. They recognized it too.
Yep. So good keeping a track of the timers. They do have Baron control. There's that pink ward in the back of the pit for Bronze 5H. So they should know when it's being started up.
Bronze 5H looks like they're looking for the Annie, but they backed off there.
Yeah. So now Stars United definitely has priority because they've got that bot lane pushing. It will hit that tower. Looks like Malphite's trying to go in, gets a 2-man ultimate. That's exactly what you need. Kennen ultimate follows up. 2 kills going over to the side of the Echo. This Echo is just cleaning up. Ezreal is in the back line, constantly peppering. And that winds up being a 5-for-0 ace.
That
on the
was
side.
amazing from Emerald.
Wow. The Kennen ultimate followed up by the Echo damage just eviscerated Bronze 5H. They got the catch that they wanted.
That's game, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it probably is game. Death timer is about 20 seconds. They are pretty low on health. It's going to be risky.
Pushed it. They're going for it.
They're going to go for it. They're going to use the Kennen back in order to get the invulnerability.
Yeah, he has the TP.
Yep.
Oh,
So
this
the
is
TP
perfect. They have time. They can do it.
There's the TP. It's a little bit late.
It's a little late. Oh.
And they wind up getting it.
Yes.
Yep. Ezreal winds up getting it. Yasuo gets a triple kill. But Stars United gets the game. They win game 2. They tie up the series 1-1. Wow. This is going to be an epic series. Stars United has come to play. They're taking it to Bronze 5 Age. They're team fighting just as well as Bronze 5 Age is. And we now have a series.
I'm so excited for the rest of this series.
Yeah, this one looks like it's going to be a banger. We're going to have game 3 after this quick break. All right, we are back for game 3 between Bronze 5H and Stars United. This is the Noxian Finals, a best of 5 series. And wow, we just had a really exciting game 2. Stars United was able to tie up the series 1-1, and we now have some substitutions coming in. So we've got Onyokin back in for Bronze 5H in the jungle position. Goiner is now back in for mid lane on the side of Stars United. They're keeping in Justin Uber as the support on the side of Stars United. So what do you think about these substitutions, and how do you think it's going to impact going into Game 3 and the rest of the series?
So from Bronze 5 Age, I'm expecting more synergy with the jungle. This is, of course, their normal jungler and they've been playing together for a while. So I'm expecting more synergy there. And on the side of Stars United, I'm expecting to see Goiner uh, really try to put in a lot of work with this Yasuo. I mean, he picked it basically saying, look, you guys may not have been able to win with it game 2, but I'm confident on it here in game 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's very interesting because I do feel like Soul Reaver was getting the best of the jungle matchup in those first 2 games. So it's going to be interesting to see if Onyokin can match him in the jungle. And I do think that Prophet was definitely winning mid lane both of those first 2 games. So now with these substitutions, it's going to be interesting to see if Stars United still has the advantage in jungle and if Bronze 5H still has the advantage in mid lane. But yeah, as far as the draft is concerned, we're seeing almost identical bands coming out, or at least the first 3 bands: Mundo, Vayne, Kale on the sides of Stars United, Lucian, Xayah, Draven on the sides of Bronze 5H. We definitely have some variation in the second round of bands that came through, and it looks like Stars United is going for a lot more wombo combo potential. They've got the Malphite, they've got the Yasuo, they've got the Kennen, so they're realizing that this is going to basically be a 5v5 team fighting, very scrappy kind of matchup. So it looks like they're drafting more towards that team fighting style.
Yeah, and what I want to point out from second round bans from both these teams is that Stars United, they're protecting their mid laner with the bans of Malzahar and Akali, whereas Bronze 5Age is protecting their bot lane with the Nautilus Morgana bans. So you can kind of see where their priorities are in this one, where they don't want to get blown open.
Yeah, the Nautilus is actually doing pretty well in this series. And yeah, it looks like the Morgana ban opened up, even though it was Bronze 5H that banned the Morgana, that opened them up for the Thresh pickup for Stars United. And very interesting, we don't have a tank into the Kennen anymore. We now have the Victor in top lane going up against this Kennen. The Kennen was beating on tanks for the first 2 games. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Victor matchup is going to go. And we've got the Tristana in mid lane, which was picked after the Yasuo. So obviously Prophet thinks that his Tristana will be able to counter the Yasuo even with the wind wall.
Something that I kind of want to bring up for the side of Stars United is unless Malphite goes tank, they're not going to be super tanky. I mean, you think of Thresh as, yeah, a tankier support, but he's just that. He's a tankier support. He's not going to be like a Leona. He's not going to be, this full tank. He can peel, but he's still going to get blown up just as quickly as the Kennen or the Yasuo.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very interesting to see what builds the junglers go for, because Warwick also has 2 very distinct builds he can go for. He can go for more of the tanky, peeling build, or he can go for like really hyper aggressive, like Trinity Force warrior style of build. So it's going to be really interesting to see what both the Warwick and the Malphite go for. And it's going to really kind of define on how the team wants to play around their composition. Does Warwick want to go for a really more early game build? Does he want to go for more scaling? Does Malphite want to go for more burst damage? Or does he want to be that tank that his team is lacking?
Right. I don't have anything else to say, but before we get into the game, I kind of want to get your prediction on this game. The series is tied 1-1. We see these comps. What do you think going into game 3?
So right now, the big thing I'm looking at is that both teams are not very tanky. Unless the Malphite and the Warwick build tank, and it looks like the engage potential is potentially stronger on the sides of Stars United. So if Stars United is able to play around that vision, they definitely have the ability to burst out people very quickly before a fight starts. So I think that Bronze 5H is probably on the back foot unless they can get to that Victor Sivir late game. So I think that Bronze 5H needs to stall out. They need to use this Warwick to try to basically stall out that early and mid game to get to that late game power spikes with a Sivir Victor.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think if this game goes late, Bronze 5 Age should be able to take it. But I think Stars United's comp is going to excel at not letting it get there.
Yeah, the mid game is gonna be huge for Stars United. All right, I'm ready to get into this game. I'm at 10 seconds. I'm gonna unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. All right, I'm at 14, 15, 16, 17.
Yar, I'm right there with you.
And we have a potential cheese going on. Bronze 5 Age on blue, grouping up bot side as 5.
And this actually is not uncommon for Bronze 5 Age. They've actually done this against my team, Renegadus, a couple times. So this is something that they like to go for.
I don't think the Kaiser spotted them yet. The question is how long are... Oh, Tristana went W first and went over the wall.
That's interesting. I don't know how much they get from that.
Oh, it's Kaiser trying to ward.
I think they should pull the trigger there.
Yeah, I think they pull the trigger once the Kaiser starts trying to step up. Yeah, they know they're there now.
Yep.
And Tristana's like behind enemy line. She does have the W, but that's a W start from Tristana, so she's not going to have that explosive charge for the first level.
Let's see. Did Leona go E? No, she went Q. That's why they couldn't pull the trigger there.
Interesting. Yeah, I would have waited to rank up that Leona ability until you knew for sure. So again, we've got both junglers starting on bot side. So this is the third game that both junglers have started on bot side. So both teams should know what the jungle pathing is going to be, and they should be able to adjust accordingly for that. We see a lot of wards coming down on the sides of Stars United. That's 4 wards that they've devoted in the first minute of the game. So a lot of those wards are going to die very soon. And looks like Warwick did walk over a ward, so they should know that he's going for that red. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be a 3 buff. There's no way that Malphite can contest this.
While we have some time here in the early game, I do want to talk about Prophet a little bit. Picking this Tristana, he is an ADC main that swapped mid lane, so him picking the Tristana is probably really a comfort pick. Not to say that it's not bad mid lane, but he's going to spot out Malphite here.
Yeah, so really great call by the Tristana, realizing that Malphite had to go potential invade on the red side. Warwick should be able to catch up, and that's first blood going over the Tristana. So really, really smart play by Prophet, realizing that because the Warwick was invading, that the Malphite was mostly going to try and get something back by invading the red side. So yeah, really great play by Prophet to punish the Malphite. And now Malphite's in a really bad spot. He's going to get 3 buffed. He's not going to be able to contest these Scuttle Crabs unless his laners get priority. So yeah, this Warwick should be in a really good spot to kind of accelerate into the early and mid game.
Yeah, Tristan taking bad trade there mid lane. I kind of want to get your opinion on this jungle matchup. The Warwick into Malphite. I am not a jungler. I know you are, so kind of give me your thoughts on this.
Malphite can't really do anything until at least level 6, but even then, Warwick is pretty terrifying. He's a great duelist. He can invade at will. If his laners have lane priority, he can kind of run all over the map, and he's coming in towards mid lane. Yasuo winds up taking a tower shot. He's going to try to get away, gets the fear onto the Yasuo. He's saving... Oh, no, he used the Q. The Yasuo winds up burning the flash, but Onioken is able to get another kill. So actually, that's 1 kill onto Onioken, 1 kill onto Tristana. Thresh goes in, winds up proccing the aftershock, takes the tower shot. Leona engages on the Kai'Sa, peels for the Sivir. Really good job by the Leona. to kind of stall out that Thresh.
And
So yeah, Onioken is doing a really good job in this early game, taking over the early game. That's what you need to do on Warwick. And yeah, they got a decent advantage now, 900 gold onto
I
the side.
think.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I think Oni Noken coming in, we've already seen the effect. Yeah,
Yep.
there seems to be better synergy because I bet he's the one that called for the Malphite invade, and that's why the Tristana went there. Normally, whenever there's these kinds of plays, it's the jungler that's saying, "Yeah, he's probably going to go to my red side,"
Yep.
and I think having Oni Noken in, we're already seeing the effect. There's so much more synergy. Eh,
Ooh, Leona gets hooked. She winds up trading onto the Kai'Sa. They might be able to turn this. That's a heal coming down from the Kai'Sa. Malphite's here. He's popped the Predator. Winds up getting it, forcing out the flash from the Leona. Great spell shield. But Onioken is here. He could be able to clean this up. Goes forward, gets a pass through, force out the flash from the Kai'Sa. Thresh is probably going to go down. Force out the flash from the Thresh. Onioken still chasing. He does have the blood scent. Not able to get the pass through the way he wanted onto the Kai'Sa. But great reactive play by the Warwick to basically kind of stem any aggression. Tristana is going aggressive, winds up getting the explosive shot onto the Yasuo. Yasuo will be able to walk out, but he does not have TP anymore. He's going to wind up having to back. That might be a plate going over to the Tristana. Warwick's continuing with this invade. He should be able to get at least one camp. And one other big thing about Warwick is that he's really good at taking early drakes. So as soon as that vision expires from the Scuttle Crab, he should be able to take that early Ocean Drake, which is going to be really useful if you can get that early into the game.
So I'm going to go ahead and give your lungs a little bit break, and I'll take over for a little bit. I want to talk about the initial 2v2 in the bot lane. Stars United thought they could get a favorable trade onto Bronze 5 Age, but I don't know what happened. They were disjointed or something, but the Leona and Sivir just turned around and said, "No, you're not going to force this onto us." And it wasn't until the Malphite came in that they were able to turn that back around. And of course, we saw the Warwick trade in. Oh, I'll let you take over here.
Yeah, so great trade by the Yasuo, but Tristana hits level 6, uses the ultimate to knock him away, and that's a solo kill coming out on the side of Prophet. So yeah, I definitely have to credit Psychopath. Psychopath on the Leona, he's got great target selection, and is doing a really good job peeling for CFS on the Sivir. And I think he really was instrumental in turning that play in that 2v2 bot lane.
Absolutely. I want to point to the play mid lane. Goiner likely forgot about the XP advantage that Tristana is going to have from the 2 kills she was involved in. And that's why he went in, forgetting that the Tristana is going to hit 6 there in the middle of that fight. And her ult obviously helping a lot there.
So we have another invade coming in for the side of Warwick. Ooh. Thresh hook lands onto the Leona. Warwick's trying to clear out some of this vision. Is he going for the Drake? No, he wasn't able to clear out the vision. He just gets the Scuttle Crab. Malphite does not win this. He's 2 levels down on the
Yasuo is behind Warwick, though.
Ooh, yeah, that is true. So now that Tristana's here, Stars United wins this. Bronze 5 Age wins this 4v4.
Mm-hmm.
They wind up getting the Thresh hook. Leona goes in. Yasuo ult onto one person. There's a TP coming in from the Victor. Very early TP. Really good job by Bronze 5 Age. They should be able to clean this up pretty huge. Tristana hops over the wall. That's 3 kills now going over. Yeah, and no TP coming out on the side of Stars United. So that went to being a 3-for-0, and that's going to be a really early Ocean Drake going over the side of Bronze 5 Age, which is exactly what you want. That's like the early game Drake that you would really like.
So, I don't know if you noticed, but the Leona took no damage from the Yasuo. That's because not only did she have her W up, making her much tankier, but she also got the Aftershock proc, meaning that you're engaging on, a 100+ resistance Leona at level, or at 8 minutes in. You're just not going to do any damage to her. And so she's just able to absorb all of that Yasuo ult and say, well, that's fine. My Fed Warwick's just going to jump on Kaisa. And he practically solos her out, and Tristana comes in from the flank, cleans up. I think they really kind of over or underestimate just how tanky the Leona would be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a common mistake is to blow too many long cooldown abilities on the tank. And Leona, even though she's only like level 5 at the time, she's deceptively tanky with that W and the aftershock. Tristana going in again winds up forcing out the flash from the Yasuo.
Something I sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say that it seems like this Tristana is completely taken over the lane now. She's 3-0-1, 15 CS up, so that's another kill worth of gold on top of that. And this Yasuo really cannot fight her right now. All in coming in from the Kennen top lane, winds up getting the stun, forcing out the flash from the Victor, but Victor winds up going down.
Great play from Emerald as Prophet goes back in here.
Yeah, he's basically just zoning him off the wave continuously. You're seeing the CS advantage grow. It's almost 20 CS now. He's doing a really good job playing around these advantages. The Malphite needs to come in. They need to make a play on this Tristana before, Prophet just basically runs away with this entire lane. He might be able to get like the entire tower now that Yasuo's back again. Up a TP coming in. It's a good TP from the Yasuo.
We'll deny the turret, but he'll get another plate there.
Yep. And instead, we have the Warwick making the proactive play. They're looking like they may want to drive this Yasuo. Ooh, just barely misses the ultimate. Still goes under the tower for it, but he's not going to be that tanky without the W. Yasuo goes back in. Tristana's under tower.
Ooh, great
shutdown. That's a shutdown for the Yasuo. Sorry, for the Malphite. The Malphite winds up walking into 3 people, trades for his life, sets a 1-for-1. But yeah, that's the play that I was looking for from that Malphite. You got to pair up with that Yasuo.
Something I want to point out, even though they got that kill, Malphite's going AP. So they're not going to have that big tank presence that you so often need when you're behind.
Yeah, so it looks like Warwick is going more for the tank build, and Malphite's going for the AP build. So Warwick's actually going to be deceptively tanky, and the Leona should also be deceptively tanky with her W. So I definitely think that does favor Bronze 5H, especially with how this the early game has gone.
Speaking about the Leona being deceptively tanky, she already has 73 armor, no armor items.
Wow. So yeah, and Leona also does have the Moby boot, so she should be able to get her roam on pretty well. And yeah, the plate gold is definitely in favor of Bronze 5-8 right now.
Top lane, you're actually going to be able to actively see the difference between being able to buy real items on Kennen and being forced to upgrade your Hex Core on Victor. Kennen's just going to have much more stats and utility from his items than Victor's going to for a while.
Yeah, the Hex Core does become really gold efficient in the later game, but you're right. The Hex Core, until it gets its final form, is kind of a gold sink, and that's why Victor tends to be more of a late game champion as opposed to an early game champion. But Victor's doing a really good job playing with the range advantage that he has. So we've got another Ocean coming up in 40 seconds. Warwick is on the top side of the map. Another all-in by Tristana. Winds up taking a couple tower shots. Gets the reset, gets the ultimate, hops back out again, and is not punished. Wow, really good job by Prophet. Wound up taking like 2 or 3 tower shots, but wound up still getting out. Warwick winds up going in. Kennen is also going in. Victor was under tower. Great play by the Kennen to get that solo kill. Warwick is going really aggressive onto the Malphite. Malphite has forced to burn his ultimate, so that's an ultimate traded for a flash on the side of the Warwick versus the Malphite. Wow, that Leona is so tanky. She took an entire Q from the Kaisa and it barely dented her health bar.
As a fellow mid laner who's played against Prophet's Tristana mid, I really feel for Goiner here. This is a rough situation, and it is definitely not a champ that you want to be playing against. So I feel for him here.
Yeah, now this is gonna be a second ocean going over on the side of Bronze 5 Age. So there really isn't much to play for along this bot side of the map unless they can get a quick pick now. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lane swap coming out on the side of Bronze 5 Age once they get this pushed in.
Well, I mean, they did lane swap, sending the Victor mid, uh, likely recognizing that the Victor's just going to continue having a hard time against the Kennen. So you might as well send him into the Yasuo, who is underpowered already, and building a Ninja Tabby that's not going to help against the Victor.
Yeah, so that's actually really smart. So they got the tower mid lane with the Tristana. So now they're rotating their super fed Tristana top lane into the Kennen. So they're going to try and knock down top tower with this Tristana. And it also relieves a lot of pressure because the Victor can just wave clear mid, no problem. Tristana goes aggressive. Kennen trying to respond. Winds up getting the stun. Stopwatch goes down. Tristana burns Ignite. She has the ult. She still has the rocket jump. And gets the solo kill. So yeah, that's now going to be another tower potentially going down. Yasuo is trying to step up, but he's not able to do much of anything against his Victor. Ooh, ultimate goes in. That's going to be a dead Victor, but it's a question of can the Warwick trade, able to get the trade in, 1-for-1. Thresh Hook misses. Warwick is still going aggressive in this 1v2 situation. Leona's still about 5 to 10 seconds away. And it looks like Tristana's going to be able to easily get this top tower. I wouldn't be surprised if they went towards the Rift Herald now. But no, instead they're going to try and invade this blue side. They wind up getting onto the Leona. Chains TC, Thresh goes down. Great layering of crowd control in order to get that kill. And Tristana is continuing to push on the top side of the map.
You see that Warwick just keeps running forward, not carrying well. He's able to do that not only because he's tanky, but also because he's just going to keep healing up from his Q. Which is on a low cooldown, and neither the Thresh or the Malphite are able to really stifle that healing yet.
Yeah, especially with the two Ocean Drakes, they just have like almost continuous regen, and the Warwick has about a 2,000 gold lead on this Malphite right now, so he's really pushing that advantage. And now there's another 2 more towers going down for the side of Bronze 5 Age. It's now 4 towers to 0. They've unlocked just about everything. The only thing left for them to take on the map is this Rift Herald. They've got about 3 minutes in which to try and secure it. Oh, Tristana is alone. 1v2. Are they going to go in on this?
Malphite no ult.
Ooh, and Tristana uses the rocket jump to get away.
Is she out?
She's out.
Oh
wow.
My gosh. Rocky
so well played by and they wind up getting the kill too. So oh my god, well played by Prophet. Malphite comes in, now he's got the ultimate. They trade back a kill, but Malphite winds up dying for his trouble. Thresh takes the lantern in, but winds up getting CC'd with the Leona ultimate and the Victor W. It's a triple kill for Warwick. Warwick wants the Quadra.
Are they going?
Winds up getting the Quadra. He's gonna go for the Penta. Onioken coming in game 3. He's chasing for the Penta. Why did
he's not going to get it?
Though?
I respect him. I respect it.
Yeah, I respect going for that Penta, but you're not going to get that. I'm trying to dive 2 towers deep.
So, even before all those crazy events, Bronze 5 Age was already up 7k gold at 16 minutes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, this game, like, I felt like that Stars United definitely had the advantage in the mid game, but when you're this far down, it's all downhill from here. And the power spike that Bronze 5 Age are going to get are pretty massive. Stars United needs to be looking for these key picks on the things like champions like the Tristana.
Yeah, I think we looked we kind of ignored the Warwick advantage in the jungle and the Tristana advantage in mid lane. Although I didn't know how huge that advantage would be, but it seems to just be paying off huge for them.
Yeah, I definitely have to just give props to Onioken and Prophet. Like, on paper, the matchup isn't that bad for either the Yasuo or the Malphite, but they just showed some really, really like impressive champion mastery over this Warwick and the Tristana, and they really, really abused pretty much everyone across the map with these 2 picks. So I'd expect that after this game is over, Stars United is going to have some very interesting questions on their bans. Thresh face checks, he's going down. Wind up using the Leona ultimate and the Silver ultimate to secure that kill. We've got another ocean coming up in 1 second. They still have about 45 seconds if they want to try and secure this Rift Herald.
I have a question for you. Do you believe we saw in game 1 Stars were able to fight back even with a huge deficit, and now they arguably have a better wombo? Do you believe they can do it playing with Fog of War?
I think they're going to get at least one team fight win. The question, I don't know if they can come back, but I think that they will equalize at least some of the gold in this game. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. They need to have multiple team fight wins in a row to be able to come back in this game. And it's going to be really hard to win that many times in a row before Bronze 5 Age is able to steamroll you, especially with this Baron coming up in the very near future.
And that's their third ocean, so they can just continuously bait out this Baron if they want.
Ooh, Warwick goes aggressive. He used the ultimate, didn't land it. Yasuo should win this. He's got his ultimate. Yep, he's going to wind up winning this. I don't know why the Warwick tried to go in on that after the ultimate missed. Like, the big thing with Warwick is that he gains so much sustain from that ultimate that a lot of times you often want to hold that ultimate. If you're going to go for a duel, the longer you can hold that ultimate, the more it benefits you usually.
Man, it was just a heat check. He was feeling it. He's 7-1. He's like, I think I can do it.
Yeah, but that's definitely a lot of gold going back over to this Yasuo. He only has got the one item, but that definitely is some much needed gold in the side of Stars United.
Kind of ruined his 0-10 power spike by getting a couple of kills, but hey, we'll see what's in store for him.
So we got a Death Brush coming from Stars United. This is what they need. Leona goes forward. They're going to face check on the Victor. Tristana's going in, though. Tristana has to flash forward, gets the kill into the Yasuo. They're chasing Leona. Malphite misses the ultimate on the Tristana. I think that Malphite's going to go down for this because he has no resistance.
They're too split.
Heal comes out. Tristana might go down to this, though. But Thresh gets the kill. Oh, no. You wanted that on the Kai'Sa. But oh, well. A kill is a kill. But Shutdown Gold going on to the Thresh, unfortunately, winds up being a 2-for-2 overall.
But that's great for the for Stars United. Anytime you're behind and you're trading even, that's actually good for you, because you should be losing everything, especially when you're this far behind.
Sivir looks like she's trying to bait a little bit. The Warwick is there.
It's a 3. Oh, okay. I didn't see the Warwick there on the mini map.
Yep. Ooh, Kennen goes in, winds up almost one-shotting the Sivir. Sivir has to flash and heal out. TP is coming down from the Yasuo. They wind up getting the kill onto the Kennen. Yasuo comes in, gets the kill into the Sivir, but Yasuo is going to wind up going down, winds up being a 2-for-1. This might be a chance for them to start up the Baron now. Tristana's coming out of base. They probably want to wait for her.
Yeah, she's a huge amount of DPS right now. Victor has gotten his completed Hex Core plus Sheen, but he doesn't melt Baron.
Oh, Special Agent Malphite. Just stay in that bush. Don't show anything.
Just had to poker face it. I respect it.
So that's the Rift Herald coming down, being able to siege on the inhib. Oh my god, that damage from the Tristana. Malphite pops the Predator, trying to dissuade them from trying to continue this engage on this mid inhibitor. Warwick's back on the Baron. It looks like they're going to try and retreat towards it.
Warwick looks like he could practically solo it almost.
It's pretty hard for Warwick to solo the Baron with the damage reduction that the Baron gets.
With his Q healing and 3 Ocean Drakes, I don't know, but no, they're going to peel back. They're not going to make him try solo it. And with both Sivir and Tristana, that's actually going to go down pretty quick.
Yeah, and actually really great job by Alston to basically just be peeling and kind of basically saying, oh no, we're not doing Baron. I'm just clearing mid lane. There's nothing to see here. So good job by him. They wind up getting the Baron on all 5 members. They've got an open inhib mid, so they're going to group up as 5, and they're going to push down mid lane right now.
I want to say that's especially good from Alston, because he recognizes he's 1-4 right now, and he doesn't do much to Baron. So the best use for him is to be kind of that handshaking, like, hey, look over here. There's nothing to see here.
Kennen's going in. Malphite ultimate comes in. Yasuo, that's the wombo you need. There's 3 kills going down. Only Leona and Warwick are up. Can Warwick sustain through all of this? Nope. Winds up going down. And just like we said, Stars United gets that wombo combo. That's a full ace. 5 for 1. Infernal's coming up in 25 seconds, and they basically can take as many towers as they want for the next 25 seconds or so.
I asked you a little bit ago, do you believe? And I think they can do it. I have faith in them. They have this great wombo. They're going to be able to take turrets, get some of that standing gold back. If you look, they haven't taken a single turret yet. So there's a lot of standing gold. They're going to get the Infernal. Granted, there's still 7k gold down. That part hasn't changed. But their comp is going to keep getting better and better.
It's going to be really interesting because I do think that Bronze 5H scales a little bit better than Stars United, but if they're able to land those wombos like that with the Kennen ultimate into the Malphite ultimate into the Yasuo ultimate, the scaling is not going to matter because everybody's going to be dead.
So Bronze 5H's comp isn't really that good at fighting front to back, I don't think, because of the wombo. I think the wombo kind of cancels the front to back fighting, so these more spread out fights where you can't get a 3-man Kennen ult.
Leona goes in, Kennen's able to use his ultimate to escape, but Tristana's going aggro. That's a pick. That's exactly what you need. You wind up getting them while they're in their jungle.
But I think Bronze 5H actually, even though, they have 2 ADCs, they have a Victor, yeah, they're looking for team fights, but they want more spread out team fights. They don't want to get caught in the AoE of the Malphite, of the Kennen. They want to try and stay spread out. And if they can do that, these fights are just going to keep going in their favor. They're going to keep smacking stars with their sacks of gold. Like, hey, you can't do anything. We're just going to outbuy you.
Yeah, I really think that at this point in the game, Leona and Warwick's purpose is just to eat crowd control. Like, that's their sole job. It's to just stand in front, try to waste ultimates, try to burn crowd control. Because if they only get like a 1-man or a 2-man Kennen ultimate or a 1 or 2-man Malphite ultimate, it's on those tanks as opposed to the carries. There is the potential for the double 80 carry comp to kind of clean up once those key cooldowns are used.
So I'm going to use a little bit of hindsight here. Because obviously, with hindsight, everything's 2020. I think I would have liked to have seen Malphite go tank and then see Kai'Sa build AP.
I think that would have been a fair assessment. I mean, you got a lot of AP damage from the Kennen as well. So you don't necessarily need a second AP threat. And Kai'Sa, even if she builds full AD, does deal a decent amount of magic damage with her passive.
The reason I say that is because if you look at Leona, she has 173 armor, or something near that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 164 right now.
Tristana's going to get a solo kill. Most likely. Oh, maybe not. Forces out the flash out of the Tristana. Winds up so barely close. Getting the solo kill. Yeah. But yeah, that was way closer than I thought it was going to be. This Kennen actually did some pretty serious work, even though the Tristana's on full 3 items.
But kind of going back to my Kai'Sa point is more of because then you're forcing them to build split resistances. It's not so easy for them to just build like a Thornmail on the Warwick. Jeez, wow, I was spacing there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think that Malphite should have gone tank. I know that the AP is more popular now in the jungle, but Malphite tank would have been really good at absorbing this double AD carry comp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thresh is almost dead, but winds up landing the hook. There's the wombo onto 2. Sivir's still alive, but she's gonna potentially go down. Nope, Yasuo was not able to clean up.
Kai'Sa still
flashes in. And Kennen is still up as well. Sivir's still up. That winds up being the ace for the sides of Bronze 5H.
That's the game.
So yeah, that was the problem, is that the Sivir didn't go down. So as long as one of those 80 carries doesn't get caught in that initial wombo, they're able to wind up to turn the fight in the long run. The longer those fights go on, the better it is for the side of Bronze 5 Age.
Another thing I want to point out is there was no Kinnan ult there. And
Oh, you're right.
imagine him coming in right there at the end with a massive Kinnan ult. He's going to get the Sivir. He's going to get the Victor. Warwick probably lives still, but he can't push it in the game.
Yeah.
Another oversight is that they didn't get Grievous Wounds, which also would have helped a lot with the Warwick.
And the Triple Ocean Drake.
Yeah, Triple Ocean Drake. But I don't think it helped as much with that because you don't even heal in combat. So
The only grievous wins they had was the Morellonomicon on the Malphite.
yeah.
But yeah, really great early game by Bronze 5 Age. They got a massive gold advantage in the early game. Stars United, again, they're doing really good team fighting, but they're team fighting from so far down that it makes it near impossible for them to win these fights. So I think they need to make some adjustments to try and get through that early game, potentially draft themselves an early game jungler to try and really punish, try to like get out of the early game even. But yeah, that's game 3. Going over to the side of Bronze 5 Age, and we'll have game 4 for you guys after a short break. All right, we are back for game 4 for Bronze 5 Age versus Stars United. I am already losing my voice, but we're gonna keep powering through. This is a best of 5. Bronze 5 Age is up 2-1, and on the screen, it looks like we've got some ban priority changes and also a lot of draft priority changes. The only constant seems to be the Yasuo Malphite picked up yet again. So it's like Bronze 5 Age is trying to run it back with the Yasuo Malphite and also the Alistar combo with the CC. So what do you think that Stars United has to do? They've got their back up against the wall. They got to win this game in order to go to a game 5.
Well, if your back's up against the wall, you don't know what else to do, throw the Hail Mary. That's what it's there for, and you can see in the draft that they did it. They're bringing back the Echo that Soul Reaver absolutely dominated on. They're bringing back Flaccid Bunny on the Annie, which he also did great on. And now here's the spiciness. Pyke Yumi bot lane. I don't know what it's supposed to do, but it's spicy. They're not going to be ready for it. Let's do it, boys.
I mean, there's a ton of mobility with the Pyke, so if Yumi's on the Pyke, then she gets a lot of range on her Q. And
She
if they can
becomes
get
a
that,
submarine when he's
yeah,
stealth.
I mean, if they can land a lot of poke, then that really sets up well for the Echo, Aatrox, and Pyke because Echo deals a lot of burst damage. Pyke, if he gets that reset on his ultimate, then that also trigger the reset on the Aatrox ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other thing we were talking about is Bronze 5 Age. Their damage profile is almost all AD. It's the Caitlyn, Rek'Sai, Yasuo. We're expecting the Malphite to build tank. So that's an all AD comp coming out on the side of Bronze 5 Age. And I would say more of an AP heavy comp coming out on the sides of Stars United, but they do have the Aatrox Pyke to kind of balance it out.
Yeah, yeah. So Rek'Sai is the newest addition in the jungler. I want to kind of get your opinion on the matchup in the jungle there.
I actually think Echo is much stronger in the current meta. Rek'Sai really is an early game jungler. She needs to get some type of early game advantage. But yeah, Echo I think is just in a much better place. I'm actually very surprised that they went for the Rek'Sai as opposed to like a Warwick. The Warwick actually also would have helped with the damage profile since Warwick does do a decent amount of magic damage in his kit. So yeah, kind of an interesting pickup going for this Rek'Sai over one of his more played junglers.
So the last thing I want to pick on right before we go into game here is the fact that they dropped the Kale ban in favor of the Sivir ban, saying, "Look, you've been performing all series on the Sivir. We want to see you on something else." And the answer is the Caitlyn. So I'm really interested to see how his Caitlyn is going to stack up. If maybe it's just a backup, like, well, if they ban Sivir, this is what I got, or if it's actually going to be a look. I don't have to be on Sivir. I can dominate you on Caitlyn. I can do whatever I want, but I'm interested to see how that's going to go. And I mean, Pyke Yumi bot lane. This is spicy. I want to see what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if they can pull it off. Their backs against the wall. This is do or die. So yeah, I like that they're going for that Hail Mary. They're going for something really spicy, really unique. I don't think I've ever seen a Yumi Pyke bot lane. But yeah, let's get into the game. Gonna unpause in 3, 2, 1. Unpause at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'll let you take the this early game talking. I'm gonna rest my voice a little bit.
Absolutely. It looks like Stars United and Bronze 5 Age are going for some kind of level 1 shenanigans. I don't think they're actually going to meet here. It looks like they're just going to pass each other like some ships in the night. And while this happens, I kind of want to look at the top lane. Being a former top laner myself, as an Aatrox, I'm actually okay seeing the Malphite. Yeah, he's an armor tank, but he's still a tank. You
Yep.
just lifesteal off of him because you're Aatrox. You're a big healing, edge lord. You don't really care. It'll be interesting if Malphite gets an early Bramble Vest, because I feel if he gets an early Bramble
So
Vest,
this is
that's
this is a 5v4 right now. Malphite's already recalled.
Oh no.
Echo flashes out. Pike winds up getting ignited. Aatrox,
Aatrox is
massive
huge.
Q. First blood goes over to the Annie. That's gonna be another kill going over. That's the Aatrox getting a kill as well. That third Q from the Aatrox was massive. He is gonna have to most likely TP back to lane though. But yeah, he's 1-0-1 now.
That's massive. He goes for the boots build first, so maybe he's going to walk to lane. Yeah, it looks like he's just going to walk back and save his TP for maybe Infernal in 3 minutes. Or I mean, Infernal play. So
Potentially.
that's really huge for Stars United to get this early game rolling for them. We said it before. The Annie is looking to get that early pressure. Echo wants that early pressure to roam with. I mean, this is just so good for them. It's really going to be interesting for me see how they play with this this early game 1K gold lead.
Yeah, and the other huge disadvantage was, we got a little bit of engage going in. Alistar winds up going in, knocks a lot of health off of the Pike, but he should be able to gray health that back. But Rek'Sai did not get a very good leash or any leash at all. I wasn't paying that much attention. But you can see that Echo's got 4 camps to Rek'Sai's 2 right now.
Something I want to point out there in the bot lane, it was really just Stars United not respecting the level 2 spike. Nice pull.
It's a stun on the Alistar. I don't think they're gonna have the follow up though.
No. Just kind of saying, hey, get out of our face. Yeah, we're 2 supports, but don't mess with us.
Ooh, Alistar went up landing that. Or sorry, the Aatrox went up landing that into the Malphite. Echo is here to kind of counter gank the Rek'Sai. The sustain on this lane is actually really impressive because the Pike can basically just dip into Fog of War and get that healing. They wind up getting the stun on the Alistar. And yeah, he's able to heal all of that back up. So all of this poke damage coming out. Oh, winds up the Echo gets the smite. He's waiting for that convergence to land. He might have to back out. It's going to be a trade. Winds up being a trade 1-for-1. Question is, can Annie get out now? She winds up having to. She had to burn the flash to get that kill.
Oh, I'm going to look at gold. Annie already has 1,500 gold in her pocket. I mean,
Alistar going in for another trade.
Rek'Sai and Yasuo are right there with her, also at 1,400. But wow, this is really, really big.
Yeah, Annie's gonna have a massive power spike when she gets that first back.
She's already going to be able to get Lost Chapter and boots if she wants. Not only that, but she should have priority in this lane for a bit. Rek'Sai is going in mid lane though.
Yeah, Annie does not have flash. Winds up landing the knockup. She doesn't have her stun available either. Oh, with the speed boost. Lands the stun on the Yasuo and almost kills him. If he took another tower shot, he would have gone down.
That's where you say, GG, thanks, Rito. I asked them why they had to put a speed boost on Annie.
And Echo's now coming down. He senses blood in the water with the Yasuo being really, really low.
Just using that Annie as some nice juicy bait, saying, "Hey, don't you want her? Come on in." But I want to give Oni Noken some credit there. He knew the Annie flash was down. He repeat ganked. That's just jungling 101 there. That's great stuff.
Yep. So yeah, both junglers seem like they're really stepping up their game. Echo does have a pretty significant advantage as far as CS is concerned, but Onioken has done a pretty decent job trying to equalize. We finally look like we're going to have some resets coming in. We can see what the first item pickups are going to be.
There's the Lost Chapter boots and
Yep.
another Doran's ring. So she's going to have a
Ooh.
lot of mana sustain in this lane. And she's already 6. Yasuo is going ding 6 just now, but she's very well set up. Tier 2 boots rush on Yasuo. So that's going to be delaying his static shiv by a good amount, but I think that's probably good for safety.
This is a good roam from Pyke, but he did just walk over. So Yasuo's going to wisely back off.
And they know that river or that bottom mid bush is warded because they can see the pink ward there blocking their ward.
So we got an Alistar roam coming up. Yasuo is level 6. Alistar goes in on this. Ooh, Annie drops the ultimate. Meanwhile, there's engage in bot lane. They got 4 people on the side of Bronze 5 Age around mid lane right now.
That's a
there
dead
comes the
Annie.
Ultimate. Yep. Annie goes down. Tibbers going to try to avenge her.
I think they rotate for drag here.
Ooh, he lands the hook. Does not decide to follow up on it.
Mm.
Echo's in waiting for this Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai is called out. He's most likely going to wind up going down. That's Pyke getting the kill. It could be a Drake for the side of Stars United.
What I would have liked to have seen from Bronze 5 Age there is take their 4-man mid that they had and just roam down onto the Drake.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. So this game has felt like it's been a lot scrappier. It feels like there's been a lot more skirmishing in the early game. And right now, Stars United has a decent gold advantage, about 700 gold. Echo's coming down. Pyke's going forward. Looks like they might get this kill into Caitlyn. She has to flash and heal out. Ultimate comes down. Yumi's going to wind up going down. She detached. So it went to being a 1-for-1 off a misplay from the Yumi. But they do wind up getting that kill into the Caitlyn. Yasuo's still going aggressive again. Gets to knock up on the Bunny. But Bunny is able to walk it out. He still has Flash and Ignite available. Needs to use that stun. Winds up getting the solo kill under tower. That's massive.
I feel for Prophet there. You know you're losing the game and you just feel like you got to do something to try and pull it back. So you go for the carry play and it just backfires. And I can sympathize with that. What's interesting to me is that even though the Pyke is down 15 CS or so, he's still even in gold, only down about 40 or so. Yep. And Yumi's up 100, so that's really interesting to me.
So Aatrox is pushing this Malphite around quite a lot. Malphite's almost out of mana. Both of them have TP, so if a Drake fight starts, it's going to be who's going to be quicker on the TP.
Malphite went for a Glacial Shroud here. I am still of the mind that you should go Bramble Vest, because you're going to cut down that Aatrox healing a lot.
Yeah, but the Bramble Vest, I think, only procs on auto attacks. But I guess Aatrox does auto attack a little bit, but it's more from that ability poke. Yasuo is here, winds up getting the combo with the Malphite.
That's a great.
That should be the go button on bot side. Alistar goes in, winds up getting stunned under tower. He is level 6. Echo
Rek'Sai's here for the counter.
So is Rek'Sai as well. Echo does have the more damage, so force out the flash from the Rek'Sai. Pulverize comes down. Rek'Sai's rotating, but Annie is here as well. That should be the Drake going over. They got the health bar advantage. It seems like they're a little bit hesitant to pull the trigger, though.
That was great rotations there from Stars United.
Ooh, another gang coming in. Oh, they landed onto the Caitlyn. Caitlyn stopwatches, but she's still going to wind up going down. Alistar pops his ultimate. He's a tanky boy right now. I don't think they want to dive this, but Echo does have his ultimate. Is able to get out. Echo's out of mana. I don't think they want to try and fight into this Yasuo right now.
We haven't mentioned it so far, but I have to give Perseverance so much credit on this Pike, he is hitting these pools on the Alistar every time he engages. Because Pike will be charging up his pool, Alistar will try to combo him, and every time he'll hit that pool, dragging the Alistar with him. And that's just such clean play by him.
Yeah, these were some really surprise picks coming out. I don't think any of us expected that we would wind up having either the Pike or the Yumi in this series. So really good job by Stars United to hide those picks. Ooh, Engage coming in. Annie's forced to flash out. Pike Yumi is here. If he lands the hook, that winds up being the cleanse for the Yasuo. Tibbers goes down. Ignite is down onto Annie. And also Ignite coming down onto... Ooh, Caitlyn gets a shutdown with the ultimate. Nobody's there to body block. Echo and Malphite are both roaming down. Aatrox is still split pushing. He does not have TP.
Before Caitlyn got that kill on Annie, Pike was actually up gold, which is not something that you expect from a double support bot lane. And also when you consider the fact he hasn't gotten gold stacks from his ult yet.
So it looks like Bronze 5H is trying to clear out some vision. Pike's going aggressive onto the Yasuo. Yeah, it seems like both teams are being really scrappy, but neither team is willing to pull the trigger on this Infernal Drake yet. Echo's waiting. He's dropping the W. He's looking for the engage. Winds up getting the Dark Harvest proc. Gets the solo kill onto the Rek'Sai. Alistar is forced to pop the ultimate.
Go to Drake?
Yeah, I think that's the Drake now. They might be worried about the mid pressure. Malphite's coming down. They wind up landing the ultimate onto the Pike. That's not the target you want, though. Yasuo's going to wind up not going down, winds up surviving. Echo gets taken out.
Only low health bar on the side of Bronze 5H is Yasuo, so the Aatrox coming in really doesn't do a whole lot. And is Malphite starting up Drake? No, he's just clearing a ward and heading bot lane.
Yeah, so neither team able to get a real advantage. This is just back and forth, super scrappy. All of these fights just really, really close. Just kind of shows how close both of these teams are.
And I'm going to nitpick a little bit here just because, you know, I think it should be said that even though there's a lot of fighting, I mean, we're more than a kill a minute. They're not fighting for anything. They're just fighting to fight.
Yeah, the problem is that neither team is really getting an advantage in any of these fights, so you can't really take anything off the backs of any of these fights. There hasn't been anything that's been super decisive so far. It's always been like a 1-for-1 or a 2-for-2. And it makes it very hard to continue fighting.
They're finally starting Drake.
So they've got all 5 here. I think they know that somebody
just got spotted.
Yeah, Rek'Sai knows from the movement. Pike's going over the wall, pops the blast gun. Rek'Sai goes in for the steal.
Oh!
Winds up getting it. Pays for it with his life, but Bronze 5-8 winds up getting mid tower as well. So that's Infernal Drake and the first tower going over Bronze 5-8. Yeah, that's definitely worth.
What a great steal by Oni there.
Yeah, Oni has been coming up clutch. I think that's his second steal this series. They wind up getting the knockup onto the Echo. He's not able to use the ultimate. Aatrox is coming in, pops the ultimate, trying to land those Qs, winds up having to force flash out, gets ignited. Yasuo gets caught, gets flashes out, but winds up still get caught with the Pike Q.
Great re-engage there.
Yeah, and Stars United winds up getting 2 kills on the back end of that in exchange for only 1. And now we've got Stars United sieging on. I don't know if they have the time to go for the Herald. One thing that I will note about this comp is that their sieging power is very weak. Rek'Sai is going in. They're kind of trying to melee range Stars United, which is not what you want to do at all. Because those health bars are so low, I think they might wind up getting the tower.
Malphite,
Caitlyn Oldham goes down. Echo flashes forward, doesn't get anything. He's gonna have to ult back out again. Winds up landing onto the Malphite. Rek'Sai going back in onto the Aatrox. He gets the kill, trades back. But Caitlyn winds up getting a kill onto the Echo since he used his ultimate in that tower dive. Pyke is fishing. Gets the kill. Might pay for it with his life, though.
Yeah.
And that's another shutdown going down.
These fights are just go back and forth.
Yeah, super scrappy. A 2 for 2 or 2 for 3.
17 minutes in, and we already have 25 kills in this game.
Ooh, Annie's in the bush. Tibbers gets dropped, followed by the Yuumi ultimate. Yasuo blocks it with the wind wall, uses the cleanse. Alistar comes in for the peel, and Yasuo escapes with his life. Winds up having to burn the cleanse, though.
I'm just kind of at a loss for word with how much fighting there is.
Yeah, this is very scrappy fights right now, which I think favors actually Stars United because they have a very scrappy team fighting comp. They're very good in skirmishes. The Aatrox is good in dueling. The Echo is good in dueling. Pyke Yuumi, super mobile, super good at finishing off fights.
The only one that doesn't have any innate healing is Annie, which makes these fights so good for Stars United because Aatrox is going to heal. Echo has his ult that lets him dive, then heal back up.
They're gonna collapse on this Malphite right now. Drops the W. Oh, great ultimate out by the Malphite. Realizes he was going to die if that W landed.
What? Ooh, another fight.
Winds up popping the Alistar ultimate. Alistar is wasting a lot of time. Ooh, Rek'Sai goes in, gets the knock up. That's Annie going down. Yuumi gets onto the Pyke, and they are going to get out. But actually, yeah.
Stars United is on Herald here.
Yep, Stars United is on Herald. Definitely think that they tried to over-prioritize that Alistar, especially when they had two of their stronger members on the top side of the map.
Mm-hmm. So, I think... Ooh, they're starting on this Malphite again.
He's not that tanky yet. Winds up forcing the flash.
I think they're going to look to try and get this wave and then drop Herald topside. While Bronze 5 Age is pushing bot lane. I wonder if Annie goes to match and then Pyke Yuumi roam down for the catch.
Potentially, yeah. They should get this mid-outer as well for Stars United. Yep, and now they should roam towards bot side. Annie flashes forward, gets the kill onto the Rek'Sai. Caitlyn's gotta run. Pyke Yuumi is coming.
Ooh, are they going to get there in time?
Oh, they landed slow.
With the Yuumi slow.
Forces the flash out. Oh, great E by the Caitlyn. Alistar's here to save the day. Psychopez on his signature pick. Coming up clutch. 2v1 in top lane. They get the ultimate onto the Aatrox. He's not able to get the healing. Again, more scrappy fights. Bronze 5 Age winds up getting a tower in top side as well. Ocean Drake is spawned. Stars United is on that.
This is such a scrappy game. There's fighting everywhere, trading everywhere. Pyke Yuumi is working. I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, but that pick onto the Aatrox looks like they're going to get a second tower, so that's a pretty good trade for Bronze 5H to get 2 towers for that Drake. Stars United still does have the Eye of the Herald. They probably want to use that either top or bot. Echo's going in on the Rek'Sai. Winds up using the stopwatch. Does have the ultimate if he needs it.
Ooh.
Doesn't use it. Interesting. Okay. I would have actually expected him to actually use the ultimate to get the healing back and the damage, and then use the stopwatch afterwards if he needed to. Pyke's face checking in. Winds up being able to get out with the Yuumi.
And he has ult Tibbers, or stun Tibbers here.
Knockup comes in, drops the ultimate a little bit too late. Ooh, there's the wombo. Pyke goes down as well. Yuumi might get out. Nope. Yasuo's gonna kill her as well. Double kill for the Yasuo. And that went to being 3 dead on the 4 Bronze 5 Age.
This has turned into a 4K gold swing where Stars United was up 1K gold, have now gone down 3K, and some really great catches here from and trades from Bronze 5 Age.
Yeah, so Bronze 5 Age is trying to realize, hey, we can't keep having fights. We need to group up. We have the advantage in these team fight situations. So yeah, it's up to Stars United to try and split up this map and keep it being a scrappy kind of affair. Caitlyn ult comes down, Echo's down to about a third health. Pyke's going in onto the Caitlyn, pops the ignite. Caitlyn still winds up getting out. Wow, great peel to keep the Caitlyn alive. Aatrox is here. He's winded, popped his ultimate, lands the 3rd Q. Another kill goes down, Echo is down. Just Aatrox left, and he winds up getting a counter kill. Aatrox misses the 3rd Q, and Rek'Sai is able to get out. So that winds up being another scrappy fight, but Bronze 5 Age gets a slight advantage, 2 kills to 1.
We haven't been able to touch on it much just because there's been so much, action and fighting. But Bronze 5 Age has actually been able to out-rotate and take down a lot of these outer turrets, while Stars United have only gotten 1 turret so far.
Yeah, I definitely have to say, like, Cephas on this Caitlyn. Oh, another fight coming in. Pyke winds up just disengaging. But Cephas on this Caitlyn's been doing an amazing job just absorbing a lot of pressure. And Psychopez has been doing an amazing job peeling for both the Caitlyn and the Yasuo. Got them out of... There would have been a lot more kills if Psychopez wasn't peeling as well as he is.
And I do want to give Psychopez even more credit, because normally whenever you have to peel for your carries, you die in the act. Yet he only has 1 death. So he's been able to peel while keeping himself alive, which is pretty impressive against a pick comp like Stars United.
So it looks like everybody's grouping up in mid lane. Timbers goes down onto the Yasuo. Psychopez is in, gets the stun on the Annie. Disengaging Yuumi ultimate coming down. Malphite ults in, misses. Pyke uses his ultimate to try and get out, still winds up going down. Massive parallel convergence from the Echo, forces a bunch of flashes out. Aatrox has arrived. 2 kills go down on the side of Stars United. That's a 3rd kill. Aatrox keeps chasing, lands a sweet spot again. 3rd sweet spot coming down. Another kill for the Aatrox. Continue that chase. Still has the ultimate, still has the Yuumi speed up, diving under tower. That is a stopwatch coming out from the Yasuo. And that is exactly the fight the Stars United needed. They definitely reduced the goal difference, and I'm going to let you take over.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just about to say, just like that, they take what is a 4K gold difference and take it down to just a 1.5K gold lead, and they're going to start at Baron here. And without the Rek'Sai around to contest, this should be their Baron. Although they don't burn it down fast without an ADC, let's see if Bronze 5 Age is going to be able to come in and steal it. They're getting pretty low.
This is a very slow Baron take right now.
Rek'Sai's coming in, Alistar's coming in. Yasuo ult. Yuumi ult stuns him up. Oh, so many low health bars. K ult, they can't take the Baron. Aatrox is going to get out. Annie's out. Aatrox goes down. No junglers up. Are they going to finish the Baron?
Oh my god. Pops the blast code, Annie gets out.
They won't take the Baron.
So it winds up being 3 for 2, and they're still chasing the Annie to try and make 4 for 2. Annie has a stun. She lands it. Playing with the Fog of War. Oh, lands on the trap. It goes down to the Caitlyn. Winds up being a 4 for 2 overall.
Great contest there from Bronze 5 Age, knowing that the side of Stars United does not have a great Baron take. And you could see that just by them getting so low from trying to steal it, or from trying to take it. And Yasuo is going to pick up a Ocean Drake here to give themselves healing. This is just such a... We keep saying it, folks, but it is scrappy as another fight starts out on Malphite in the jungle. But he's just gonna walk out. Wow.
Yes, I definitely think it was a mistake for Stars United to try and start up that Baron. They don't have a team composition that's good at taking Baron. They need to try and look more for like denying vision and then baiting the Baron and then trying to get a pick off of that.
Absolutely. Whenever you don't have a great Baron comp, you can't try to rush it down when you have 20 or 30 seconds. It's going to take you a long time, as we saw. And so, like you said, it's much better to try and look for a pick as they go in on Annie here.
Wow, one man Malphite ultimate. Echo goes in, winds up having to immediately out. That's a Yumi ultimate coming down. Aatrox is getting a lot of healing coming out from his ultimate, but he winds up going down anyway. Yeah, I don't think that Stars United that was not their fight. When the Annie gets picked, you just have to play defensive from that point on.
So 1 for 2, but let's see if they're going to be able to stop this Baron as Bronze 5 Age is going for it themselves.
They don't have a jungler right now, and Echo's still up.
They don't have any vision either.
So they've got no smite on the side of Bronze 5 Age. This is incredibly risky.
The bait.
So they got to peel off.
Are they going to get the Yumi too? They do.
Oh, Echo face checks in, and that's Echo going down as well. So great job by Bronze 5 Age realizing, hey, we can't finish this Baron with Echo alive. I think the Baron is probably the better call. Just so you can get the Baron off the table while their jungler is dead, and then you can definitely shove after that. Annie's here. I don't think she has any way to really steal.
Tibbers. No, okay.
And that winds up being the Annie most likely going down. She drops the Ignite onto the Alistar, but Alistar still survives. So a huge gold swing in the side of Bronze 5 Age. And now they've got a pretty commanding lead. It's
7K.
Yeah.
Well, 6.5, but wow. And you see all these big item power spikes coming in. There's the Zonias, there's the QSS, the Knight's Vow, the Maw of Malmortius, the Static Shiv. They just got so rich from that series of plays, and they may just be able to continue what they've been doing in the past couple of games and just smack them with their sacks of gold and say, yeah, you may be good at team fighting and picking, but you're going to have to burn through our gold advantage.
So Pyke roams down, able to force the flash from the Malphite. Yeah, this Yasuo is absolutely massive. He's got 4 completed items, including the GA. So he's really kind of like the center of Bronze 5 Age at this point of the game. The Caitlyn still is kind of in her power trough. Oh, they get the ultimate onto the Aatrox and winds up going down. Another fight going in. Malphite onto the Annie. Annie winds up going down. Double kill for the Yasuo. And the Pyke and the Yumi are the only 2 survivors on their team. I have to say, this has to be the end of the game, potentially.
Yeah, there's still 5 up for Bronze 5 Age. They have to be running this down. Yumi's annoying to play against, but I don't see how she holds this against 5 members of an incredibly strong Bronze 5 Age.
Yeah, Death Timers are long enough, and this should be Bronze 5 Age taking the series 3-1. Wow. Amazing game 4. I definitely have to appreciate Stars United going for that Hail Mary, pulling out the off-meta picks, but Bronze 5 Age is just incredibly strong. Prophet, Psychopez played amazing this series. And then, the substitution with Onioken coming in definitely looked like a completely different team when they had their full 5 on the map.
And even though the Pyke Yumi was weird, we saw that it was working for a while there. And then they had a weird call at Baron that just really backfired for them. And that, you can kind of point to that as absolutely the turning point where Bronze 5 Age was able to kind of cement control of this series.
Yeah, so definitely congratulations to Bronze 5 Age on being able to take the series. And yeah, I have nothing but respect for them. And I think that's going to wind up being the cast. I don't think I have the voice for an interview, but if diving wants to do one, then I'm down to do it.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Oh. Well, hello, oh victorious jungle.
Hey, how's it going?
So, is there anything you would like to lead off with before we start asking you some questions?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say good game to Star United Esports Club and the rest of the Noxian division. We had an interesting season, with a couple of twists and turns here and there with a couple of our other teams. But hats off to everyone who stuck it out and made it through. We had a lot of really good games this season, and I don't think there's a single team I'm not looking forward to playing again next season.
All right. So you came in game 3, correct?
Yes.
So you're coming in. The series is tied 1-1. What are you thinking?
Well, honestly, okay, so I came from a hockey game, so I was already like fired up and spoiling for a fight.
Okay.
So I wanted to be on a jungler where I could run down Soul Reaver and just kill him and make his life miserable.
So that's where the Warwick came from. All right, I like it.
Yep. That's Warwick's. His W lets you hunt the other guy if you have the strength early game. And his W makes it really easy to counter gank if one of the lanes starts fighting and gets low, and it just allows you to put pressure all over the map. And with Malphite's first clears being a little weak, I knew I could get in and probably get his red, so I just went buff to buff, and then Prophet caught him on a ward, and the snowball was rolling.
Yep.
So I something I want to ask is, so the Malphite Yasuo contention was actually kind of surprising for me coming into this series. Is that something you guys started working on after semifinals, or what's going on with that?
Well, Prophet and I have played a lot of Yasuo Rek'Sai duo queue in ranked. And it's something that's worked really well for us. And anytime we can get Prophet on a hard scaling carry, it's a good day for us.
Mm-hmm.
So that it was a contested pick has less to do with both teams liking it as much as it's just a really fun thing to pull off, I think, and so both teams like running it.
Makes sense.
Prophet and I have been working on it for a couple weeks.
So I certainly have one more question for game 4. What did you guys think when you saw Pike Yumi?
Well, it's apparently been a thing that they're playing around with in Korea. I don't speak Korean, so I had no idea, but our ADC said that was a thing, and I have no reason not to believe him. We actually thought that we had an advantage there, that we'd be able to get priority bot lane due to Caitlyn's stronger pushing power, and that we'd be able to force a vertical jungle. That didn't work out, and they had a better control over river, so that kind of slowed us down a little bit in the early lane. And I picked up a few deaths trying to get that vertical jungle set up. They just had better roams from mid with Annie. She has a stronger presence early game than Yasuo does. So we had to kind of juggle things and regroup and come up with a plan B.
Yeah, game 4 was incredibly bloody, so I don't know if Plan B was just to fight everything out till you guys had enough gold, or or what.
Well, so that whole comp is kind of built around disrupting the continuity of team fights.
Mm-hmm.
Rek'Sai's strength is that she just makes things unpredictable, and I was kind of an ablative jungler for a bit. I got behind early because of what we just talked about, but I was still able to get into the middle of team fights, knock up 2-3 people, and even if Yasuo couldn't ult off of it, it gave the rest of the team enough time to get an advantage in the team fight. And then, so we would win trades. We would go, 3 for 2, 2 for 1, those kind of things. Like I died a lot that game, more than I certainly like dying, but we started winning trades. I think I was able to get a couple nice objective plays, and we started reeling that gold lead back in. And then after that, it was just like, if you see them, kill them, and then move on to an objective.
I like it. I like you not being a KDA player. You're not afraid to get in there and die for the team. I don't think any Bronze 5 Age player is too afraid to die.
Yeah, and that game was interesting for me because in game 2 I got a healthy lead and I was able to just kind of build what I wanted and play how I wanted. But when you come back into a second game and you're so far behind, it can be a challenge to shift your mentality. But I completely had to I had to scrub my build halfway through because I was so far behind, and I ended up picking up grievous wounds so that even though it had absolutely no place in my build, I ended up picking it up to deal with the healing. And that's one thing that playing competitive has really helped me with as a player, is thinking along those terms. Like, okay, I'm not carrying these fights. I'm not winning these fights. I'm not killing people 1v1. How can I contribute? And in that game, it was using Queen's Wrath to throw grievous wounds on everybody at once.
Yeah, that's actually really interesting that you quote competitive play as what's really helping you think, kind of take yourself out of the ego of like, what can I do to carry this? It's more of what can I do to help my team carry this, and then you start trying to have more faith in your team and trusting them that they can take you over the finish line. And that's probably actually some great advice for those that are just getting into competitive, or really even solo queue advice, though that's probably a little bit more hit or miss, but that's definitely a great mentality to have.
You're not going to carry every game. Like, that's just, if you play enough solo queue to climb, you've played a couple hundred games in a season, you're not going to carry every game. So learning how to get carried is definitely important. And I think playing competitive, certainly helps you, develop that mental space to be in. And I will readily admit, I wanted to fight Soul Reaver. So it was a little bit, I'm like, all right, fine. I'll play my part. But, I kind of consider Soul Reaver a little bit of a rival, and he's a jungler I like fighting against. So I hope to see him again next season.
That's great. I always like to hear that there are rivalries in the scene, because that makes it more exciting. Is there anything you would like to say before we go ahead and sign off here?
No, just once again, GG, Stars United. Hope to see you guys again next split. And to everybody else out there, we're going to work on things. I've got some more stuff that I'm going to try to work on for the stream for next split. And, reach out to your communities and talk to people. Let's get some more people in here and keep having a whole lot of fun.
Alrighty. Well, I don't think Rando has any questions, so we're going to go ahead and let you go, and we're going to sign off here.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.